Hello, everyone, and welcome to another amazing Pictionary race. I am here with Baby Shark. Baby Shark, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. This hype train's got me hyped, even more hyped for this race.
We haven't even started racing, and already we got a hype train going. So good job, everyone. This is off to a strong start.
Oh, Tobias coming in with another 5-bomb.
Thank you, Tobias.
T
So
is
today
the
we have a
balance
Pictionary spoiler
of
log race
audio and
between
voice
the
okay-ish?
PogChmaps, Ksinjah, and What the Hells. And we also have Why Do They Call It Oven with Video James and Mr. Mario.
Because PogChmaps doesn't have clean audio, by the way. I don't think they do. Is it your Ksinjah talking? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but I believe Why Do They Call It Oven does.
Yes.
So for anyone that hasn't tuned in to a spoiler log Pictionary race, we're gonna play some Pictionary today. We have our drawers who already have the spoiler log, so they know where everything is at, and they get to draw images in order to try to lead their runners to where the items are.
It is a... Do you want to explain the rules, or yeah, I can explain them.
Totally, yeah. We're basically working with the Season 5 base rules. Chess Size Matches content is turned off. There are no hints, including the altar. Ganon's boss key is on 20 hearts today, so we are going to have a healthy seed. It's Vanilla Bridge, Cow Sanity, Dungeon Skulls are on, 30, 40, 50 skulls are disabled, and we are Shops 4.
Sounds awesome. Now, so then the Cow Sanity, the number one question is it going to be AD for Eponus on for something?
Oh, and that's always a scary threat to have looming over you.
It's like normally, Eponus on AD, it's like, okay, I might need it for, horseback archery or pose or something, but when it's Cow Sanity, you're like, oh god.
Yeah, it's like, is this gonna be important? Is this not gonna be important?
It's like Sun Song on AD. It's there's very few checks with it, but some seeds, like Skull Sanity and stuff, just completely changes it. Which Skull Sanity is on for dungeons, correct? Yeah, dungeons.
Yes, it is. So we have a little bit of skull shuffling.
Ooh, that means we'll get to see some of the super rare skulls, like the skulls in DC that everyone forgets about.
That's actually the skulls I always think about, so I'm really, really excited to see those. I'm interested to see how all of the hearts get routed, because, like, my brain exploded whenever I heard that it was going to be a 20 heart for boss key.
That's the reason I didn't join this one.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of saved that I didn't have a runner for this one, because I would have lost track of everything.
Yeah, I'm sure the spoiler log must be a pain for this, because you're actually gotta go into, because normally if you're gonna find an item in the spoiler log, you can just use the find command. At least on Windows, you can. Trying to find heart piece, heart container, and so many that there are in the game. It's gonna be woo.
Yeah, it's gonna be a challenge for our runners to really keep all that information straight.
Well, not necessarily our runners that are going to be having to keep that information straight. It's the drawers that are going to have to be keeping it going. Alright, they should be getting ready to go here in about 10, according to the race timer, in about 10 seconds.
Ooh, let's get hype, everyone. And where we dropping? Cow House!
Instantly, nice.
Instantly reminding you this is Cow Sanity. Alright.
I've been waiting to see this. What the hell is this drawing skill? Has always impressed me.
Yeah, let's... Mr. Mario already just...
Alright, I think that's Deku Tree for Mr. Mario? A tree of some type?
Yeah, so, head to Kokiri Forest?
Is that supposed to be- Oh, is that Mido's house? That's Mido's house.
Oh! Yeah, with
yeah,
the
the
4
4.
little boxes. Okay.
Let's say it's closed to Deku. What do you want in Kokiri Forest in Mido's house?
Ooh. It would be fun to see something like a hook shot. Just to send them in a couple of different directions.
Yeah, you can go a lot of places with just the hook shot.
And then everything else being like 10 spheres deep.
I think Fennel rolled this. Because it says, I think Fennel's the one who rolled this. Let me double check.
And what the hell is already drawing something else? Sun? Do we have a... Nope, it's a boulder.
It's a boulder, the boulder of destiny? Oh wait, no, that's the wrong boulder. That'd be pretty far from that one boulder.
Is that Rolling Gorod?
That might be Rolling Goron.
Is that Rolling Gorod? Okay, got some heart pieces.
I missed what was in that top chest.
Yeah, I know at least one of them was a heart piece, but I didn't catch the first one.
One was a bloopy, one was a heart piece. I think there was another one that was a bloopy. I literally missed the first one.
Is that the Kokiri sword on Deku Scrub? On Bridge Scrub?
Well, then, close Deku. Oh, there's the lead.
Okay. Sure.
You need those.
Those are some lovely red rupees on Mr. Mario's side.
Oh, he's messing up the hiker. Oh, what the hell? That is somebody hiking, by the way. That's not what he's drawing there.
It looks like we also need to do Target in the Woods, according to Mr. Mario.
Yes. So Kokiri Sword's chest, do business scrub, whatever scrub that is. It called a business scrub?
I just always call him Bridge Scrub.
I know there is a check in the game called business scrub. I just don't know which one. I just go with that one scrub, and people will figure out what scrub I'm talking about eventually.
Can we talk about what the hell's beautiful rendition of Saria? At least I'm assuming that is what is happening here.
The only green person I know in this game. All the other Kokiri have different hair colors.
Yeah, we've already got a little bit of route divergence, which is bound to happen with these kind of races, but it is always kind of interesting to see where people get sent off to first.
Alright, so Ksinjah now going... Okay, so what else is now drawing the bird scrub, which had a slingshot.
So use the slingshot, get the target in the woods, which gets you the ocarina?
Do they not? They start with an ocarina, so...
Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, it's not Ocarina Shuffle.
Yeah, I think the first Pictionary was Ocarina Shuffle, and that was something. Yeah, so it looks like Mr. Mario's sending Vidya James to do Ocarina Memory Game, and then go get Saria's.
Mm-hmm.
And Saria's is vanilla.
Yeah, so the only issue with how What the Hells did this is Ksinjah's now gonna have to backtrack through SFM and pretty much a good chunk of Lost Woods. Or just, you know, Death Warp works too.
Yeah, that works.
You don't know how much time that actually saves, but...
If we hadn't already... I really... I'm enjoying all of the check marks on What the Hell's side. There are some pretty specific rules about how runners can or can't communicate. So runners are able to talk to their drawers. Their drawers just can't directly respond to them if they're asking something that isn't like directly related to what they just drew. And even then, they can't use numbers, can't use letters. Which means we're going to be seeing a lot of check marks.
And can they use Roman numerals?
That's what I was wondering.
Those are technically just lines and X's put together.
It does require more interpretation. And
I guess a V counts as a letter.
Not if you do like the top and bottom line so that it like doesn't look like a V.
True. Alright, so where is this? Is he wanting him to take the shortcut? Is Mr. Mario wanting James to take the shortcut? But we don't have a scale. Oh wait, we do have a scale.
When did we get a scale?
That's my question. When did we get a scale?
Oh, it was on the Ocarina minigame.
Oh, get the lower river heart piece. That's actually a pretty good drawing. Now, what is the lower river heart piece?
Bombs?
Hover boots? I've had hover boots there before. It's not fun to get those.
What the hell? Trying to decide how to relay this information over to Ksinjah.
I think she's already got it, though. I think the blue squiggly line just did it for her.
That's...
You know, they've done so much together. I think they did the co-op tournament together.
It does speak to how well they know each other, that What the Hells can do just a couple of little squiggles and Ksinjah knows exactly what is trying to be relayed. Like, this is impressive teamwork.
Just some scribbles of water and she knows exactly. Yep, river, got it. That is a bomb bag.
What's the purple and red thing that Mr. Mario has just drawn?
Well, purple is the rupee.
So go get that?
Oh, frogs. Is that a frog?
Oh god. Do we have to do frogs for something?
No, I think they just wanted James to get the money from frogs. Ah, it was a wallet in Mido's house.
That's pretty nice to get early on.
Well,
especially with Shop Sanity.
Well, with Shop Sanity, there are 3 wallets out and about. I cannot tell what that is. It is a blue squiggly line. What the hell?
A diving minigame? On Mr. Mario's side?
Go, That's yeah, maybe. Yes, Dastar. They knew I was on comm, so they wanted to get some frogs. And unfortunately, I didn't roll this, so it obviously is not going to be frogs to see. Do diving minigame, then I guess go into the shop? I do like how Mr. Mario takes the time to draw the rupees. And what the hell's just draw squiggly lines.
Yeah, we have the complete range of artistry on stream today. Is that... Oh. Gold Skull Sun? Question mark?
Oh,
Mario? Mario, we want an explanation.
Don't just erase it. There's no shame in hiding your bad art here. Oh, there's
another wallet.
Okay, so I wonder if we need to buy something.
Yeah, this is pointing pretty heavily that, like, we're gonna need that money in hand.
Aw, I love you too, what the hells. Thank you for drawing a heart.
And Miss Vidya James save quitting at Mr. Mario's command. I love that they have just the save icon.
Alright, I see some windows.
Okay. This is a really funny face so far.
It's, is that a nose?
Yeah, a couple of different nostrils.
A nostril and an eyeball came together, apparently.
So something between two windows.
Oh, okay, so it looks like for Mr. Mario, they want them to go to market, but they don't have Sun Song, so time of day is an issue. I saw a big chest and got excited for a second, and then I realized the chest size match just got turned off.
Double rupees?
Get said rupees?
Get a lot of rupees. Just load up on the rupees.
So the thing is, we can't hear it, but Ksinjah and what the hells are talking with each other, which is why we see the X marks and the check marks coming around.
Yeah, so what the hells is confirming or denying interpretations that Ksinjah is putting out there. And meanwhile, Mr. Mario has drawn yet another rupee, just to emphasize the video game. No, you need to get another 100.
A full wallet, maybe? Oh no, it's a golden rupee. It's a golden rupee. Could be another 200. Is that supposed to be Malin?
Please, let that be Malin. Someone please clip this.
We need to make this a new emote somewhere. Somewhere, I don't care where, this needs to be a new emote.
This is, I know this exact mood. This is the face that I made this morning when I woke up too early, but wasn't able to get back to bed because I was so excited about Pictionary. Is that chicken?
Do Talon's chickens?
Are you trying to give him a mustache?
He does have a mustache in the game.
Yeah, I just saw what the hell's do, like, just a line across his face.
This belongs in a museum, I'm telling you. Alright, what is Mr. Mario drawing some doors?
It looks like slingshot minigame. I don't know what the green one is. And then the potion shop?
Oh, John, something else.
Hook shot.
Oh, okay. Probably for 500 rupees. Hook shot and then hammer. Market loaded today.
And I'm kind of scared that we need them. Deep fire, deep fire, deep fire.
Just rub it in if it's a stone too.
And extra, like, just to get a heart piece. I'm wondering if that's why there are hearts above it, if it's an indicator that, like, you need that for a heart piece, or maybe there's a heart piece also in the shop.
Oh, there's hover boots too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a bow on Talon's chickens.
Oh, this is why Mr. Mario wanted him to get all that money.
Yep. All right.
That explains.
And then gonna have James go adult. It looks like. Uh-oh, does he not have enough for the hook shot? Oh, it's 125. I don't think he does.
Yeah, so the question is, does he... Yep, he's going to go get more.
Hell Knight confirming we have open emote slots. I vote to make this beautiful face of Malin and an emote.
Diesler, the duck was drawn because that's a Talon's chicken, to get a bow.
What was that? Did she get the song off? What was the song off of Melon?
I did not see it. I was looking at... I was really distracted by video James getting rupees, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Suns? Ooh, that might come in handy.
It's gonna be really tight on this timing for video James.
Oh yeah, it's getting dark.
But managed to pull it off.
Is that go adult?
Yeah. Okay, in what the hell's defense, that is exactly how I indicated to go adult whenever I was an artist for the first Pictionary.
Or was that save quit? Maybe that was save quit. That totally looked like get bigger.
No, I think that was get bigger. I think that was go adult. Oh, and now what the hell is this relaying to Ksinjah that you're gonna need all those rupees and more rupees and even more rupees.
All right, here we go. Bolero. I'm assuming that's Bolero is Requiem.
Requiem?
To then get something. Get your bets in what song you think's on the arch or out there. Yo, give us more. I need to know more. You can't just stop.
Mr. Mario, we need to know. It's also possible that Mr. Mario knows that Video James is just gonna chain these and doesn't need to tell Video James what's out there. It's just go there.
Equals what? A circle with some lines on it?
And the blue dot? Bomb. Rolling Goron. That's
Goron.
Rolling Goron.
Or Link the Goron. It'd be Link the Goron.
Link the Goron. The other Rolling Goron.
The small one. I just call it the small Goron and the big Goron.
I think that would be way more descriptive than saying Rolling Goron and Link the Goron, because
you can't say Big Goron because there is already Big Goron, so that could get confusing. Alright, where are we going now? DC?
that looks like DC.
Yeah, get the... Yep.
You know, an advantage that the PogChmaps have is having that Sun song while Ksinjah is doing all of this.
Yes, they have Emo Soda's favorite song. It is, in fact, not his favorite song, it's his least favorite song. We just going into DC then coming out?
Yeah, what's our next step, Mr. Mario?
Is that... What is that?
Okay, that's Yellow Cat, okay.
Yeah, obviously Ksinjah didn't get it. Richard? There's no cats in OOT.
Okay, in a circle, it's a person. Cat person with a cone on their head.
Mask.
Oh!
Keaton Mask. Ooh, something must be on, Skull Mask, then.
Yeah,
At least that's the only thing I could think it is.
And with Mr. Mario getting Video James to pick up more rupees, because that was on what was on top of DC, we probably have more stuff to buy, folks. I think that we should also make an emote out of this one.
Scrub Sanity is not turned on, but Shop Sanity is. It's 4-item Shop Sanity.
And cows are also
That is
turned on.
right. So, like I said, you know, we gotta figure out where is Epona's? Where is Epona's? Why is it Epona song we play to the cows to give them to give you an item?
Probably cows are close enough to horses?
Fair enough? Question mark?
Question mark?
Reminds them of home. Reminds them of home.
What is Mr. Mario? What is this plate?
That's King Dodongo and the little lava ring.
Oh, that makes sense.
It does look like a pile of spaghetti and meatballs. I will give yes.
Yeah, that was fully what I was anticipating.
Is DC the Forest Medallion?
That is what I'm guessing. Yep.
Some nice music in DC for a change.
I'm interested to see what's on Keaton Mask since Mr. Mario didn't have Video James pick it up.
You mean Skull Mask? Because you gotta come back and get Skull Mask.
Yeah.
Keaton Mask is in the check. Although, I know
You
I
have
don't
to
think anybody
deliver
can
the Keaton at least.
Can we get Mask Shuffle? Like, shuffle the masks into the item pool? That would be great.
That would be pretty interesting. And it looks like for defeating King Dodongo, you get a nice, healthy purple rupee that Vidya James is also going to pick up.
It is now time for the hardest boss in all of OOT. Simply because you cannot one-cycle him. And Ksinjah is getting the hook shot. And a skull! Alright, looks like we're going to the shops in Kakariko too. Hover boots for only 75 rupees? That seems like a steal to me.
Yeah, and 120 for that heart piece.
Ooh, are we buying a shield, Mr. Mario? Oh, you can buy a bow. Okay, so you didn't necessarily need to get the one.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, at least we know we aren't bow locked today.
Yep. I actually don't know who came up with the idea for Pictionary spoiler log in the first place. Oh, nice. Nice double defense on the man on roof.
Super helpful. Although we'll be pretty healthy by the end of the seed.
Yeah. But, the people who put this together are big shoutouts to I have the list somewhere. It's T Grenadier, Melqui, Fennel, TJ, who I can never pronounce his name correctly, so I will not say it. And Ksinjah are all the people that put this together. So big shoutouts to all of them for making this happen every single time. And also Hell Knight for giving them the time to restream it.
Yeah, it is delightful to do these restreams.
Alright, I'll give it a shot at saying TJ's name, but you can't yell at me. It's Choi Young, right? It's Dutch. I had someone explain to me what it means.
Oh, really?
Yes!
No.
I've only heard it said once, and I think it was said by Tobias on a restream once.
We need Tobias to make us like an audio file. So we've got some Dampe racing over on why do they call it Oven Side?
Why do they call it an oven?
Yeah, I think that's worth
Oh, Tobias.
Hi, Tobias.
Would you like to pronounce it correctly for me?
Yeah, that's why I showed up, because that was something.
I apologize in advance.
Hey, I'm not blaming you. You gave it your all. But it's Chonga Yonga.
Close enough.
And I'm out again. Have a good one, y'all.
Thanks, Tobias.
Yes, their
Big
full
shout
name
out.
is- Oh, we're going on.
Oh, I was just gonna say big shout out to Tobias and Baseball, who are our trackers today. Yeah, that was all I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, their full name is why do they call it an oven when you in the cold food of out eat the hot food? I had to make sure I was reading that right.
Of out hot eat the food.
Okay, I still didn't read it right.
It's okay. We've got two team names that are just very difficult to handle.
Not English.
All right, and we're in the fire temple over on Oven side.
Yes. Interesting fact, found this out the other day. Dutch is the closest language to English.
Really?
After that, it is German.
Interesting.
Oh, the slugs! I can't watch! Oh, I gotta look away. Oh. Oh, the poor slugs.
The poor slugs.
The poor slugs.
Also, what in the world has what the hell's drawn? We have a box inside of another box and a little person. A tiny, tiny person.
A tiny person. Oh, come on, Ksinjah, you know you want to buy that shield. Ah, dang it.
Team never buy a shield.
I'm team buy a shield responsibly. I never do DC without a shield, it's just too annoying. Alright, a very complex diagram of a house system.
Yeah, this is... Mr. Mario is really good at the super complicated...
The only issue is they're super small. So, I don't know if that's restream capturing it looks small, or if it's actually that small.
I think it's actually that small on the page.
Yes, we still don't... Man on roof? Man on roof. I'm assuming that's man on roof.
I don't understand how those two squares and that person indicates that. But okay. Oh, they have to get the skull on the Song of Time block? Ew.
That's nasty.
Do we even have Song of Time, or are they gonna have to use a trick?
That's Andrew? But we already know what the item is in the back of the house. It was just a heart piece.
Well, but they do need those heart pieces.
Yeah, but I think I think both of them got it as soon as they spawned. Alright, what is on this skull here? Ooh, a key. Nasty. Oh, that's Stompe Race. There's very few people in this game that have halos above their head. Does Stompe even have a halo above his head, or is it just that
Yes,
he
he
floats?
Yes, he does.
He does, okay. Twin Rova does at the end, yes, but that's after they die. Something in the TARDIS, it seems like. Let's see, gonna peek it. Oh, just, okay, obviously it's a heart piece, yep.
Yeah, so they're gonna need to come back for that at some point.
Time to plant some beans, folks. Or find a boomerang.
Yeah, they found a boomerang over on Oven side in Fire Temple.
Ooh! Oh! Didn't make it.
Rip, get your F's in chat.
Oh, that's a big F. No, Tobias, it is not 20 heart bridge, it's 20 heart Ganon boss.
Boss key.
It's a vanilla bridge. So spirit, and shadow medallion, and light arrows. You do need light arrows as well.
Luckily, light arrows were like pretty early on.
I believe they were Spear 0, yeah.
Yeah, because they were in the sword chest.
Yes.
Oh, and that's a good thing pointed out by Baseball. Spirit Medallion is free, so we just need to find that Shadow Medallion.
Yeah, and that puts all of Ganon's castle into logic.
Because the thing we need is... Oh, that's where it was.
I was about to say, like, is that a boomerang? Wait, I thought it was in fire. Wait a minute.
I thought it was in fire too, but it was on Dampe.
I love doing this with hover boots and fire. Just walking backwards. Alright.
Okay.
That is King
Spider-Man.
That is King Dodongo. Or that's King Dodongo. That's the Dodongo head.
I'm sticking to my guess that Spider-Man.
It does look like Spider-Man.
Now, what the hell does want Ksinjah to turn off this game and go play Spider-Man?
It's Majora's Mask. Something ended up in Termina again. Yes! Buying a shield! And here comes the famous Ksinjah jump. Or is it Ksinjah jump? Or is it just called the Ksinjah jump? I forget. This jump is named after the Ksinjah for some reason.
I didn't know that.
I do not know why, I just know it's called that. She popularized it, okay. Thank you, T. Arthur made the actual setup. Okay.
We have again a really good, like, two ends of the drawing spectrum on screen right now for everyone to admire.
I am so confused on what is going on. Something on the volcano, I think. The skull in Kakariko?
I think that all of those are still inside of fire.
Ow. Yes, we're all waiting for what the hell's to draw the Dodongo.
Rudos! Oh no.
I know. I have a feeling he won't draw it because he knows we're all waiting for it. Ksinjah realizing there's no hints. Someone will be rushing ice. T-Riz, isn't this? I believe. I don't know if he's drawing or he's racing. Rush ice will happen. It probably just won't happen on restream.
T-Riz is drawing, so probably sending his partner Zopar to ice whether or not there's anything useful there.
Go get the song. It would be useful anyway. T-Riz is amazing at drawing. Oh wow. And I thought what the hells was good at drawing.
Yeah, I think we had T-Riz either first or second time we restreamed.
I think I missed the first one or the second one. I'm getting some chews.
And iron boots.
Alright. He's cleared his diagram of artwork. Let's see. Minuet. Wait, I thought... You played the wrong song. You played the wrong song.
Do they... I'm not sure they have Minuet yet.
Or no, maybe just go to Lost Woods.
Yeah, so go to Lost Woods, get the song, and also get the,
Alright, according to Tobias, they do have Minuets.
Okay.
Or maybe the... Oh, we're not seeing Mito. Oh, they don't have Sorry. I was about to say we're not seeing Mito skip. Just Mito skip.
Oh, did Oven not get Serious?
Don't think they did.
Oh.
Wait, was Sorry's vanilla?
Yes, it was vanilla.
Ah, okay. Alright, what's in the Buffalo Scroll? I love James's Z targeting noise for enemies. It's the Ganon laugh. Or is that the laugh Phantom Ganon makes? I think it's the laugh Phantom Ganon makes. Ooh, strength.
Okay, that's nice to get.
Yes, Din's also, Din's. Oven has Din's. You know, they're both fire. I get them mixed up. Din's was on a skull and fire temple. I forget which skull.
It's a Din's powered oven.
Yep.
Nice jump for Video James.
I struggle with that jump occasionally. So, sometimes I get it first try, sometimes it takes me like 10 times. Yes, as T pointing out, unfortunately there is no magic yet for said oven to run.
That's where they get you.
There is a horse? Oh, there. Oh!
Okay.
Yes! It's the dogger! Someone clip this. This needs to be clipped and send them to him later.
Oh.
That is King Dodongo, by the way.
They have really reduced He's beautiful.
I know.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, he is not a dog. That is King Dodongo.
Oh, and we're in the Forest Temple over on Oven's side.
As baseball says, it's King Doggo. No one can draw better than what the hell. This is obviously a masterpiece. Richard is a happy dog. That is true. So obviously that wasn't Richard. Richard had a sad face.
So after this, what the hell's ascending Ksinjah over to Link the Goron?
That we're in Snooze Forest. I don't think Link the Goron was supposed to be happy. I thought he was supposed to be upset because everyone's gone.
And that's King Dodongo down on PogChmaps' side.
Woot woot.
And meanwhile, over on Mr. Mario's side, we're getting that whole diagram built up.
Yes. So... I got shoot the eye chest is all I got out of that.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, I was so proud of myself. I got this this hover jump slash into the courtyard the other day.
Oh, nice.
It's hard to do, but it's not hard to do. Alright, volcano? We going into fire?
That would make sense and follow what Oven was doing.
It's a skateboard ramp. Ah, yes. Yes.
Do 180!
We going back into DC? We're going back into DC.
And safe quitting.
Maybe she misinterpreted it. The skull in here, maybe?
Oh.
No, what skull did we... Oh, yeah, this skull. That skull that you need. You either need to do this or you need to get long shot to get it. I don't think Oven went and got this skull, so I wonder what is on the skull.
Yeah, that's what's interesting is that Oven's farther ahead as far as like going through the various
Ooh,
dungeons.
shot.
But PogChmaps have been picking up some like little things here or there along the way.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see timing wise who wraps up first.
Oh, it was okay.
And
So
we're even.
You need every single piece of heart in the game, right?
Yes.
Yes. So they're gonna have to come back for that.
Yeah, and it makes sense for the PogChmaps to just go get that now.
Mm-hmm. Alright, climb the DMT wall? Nice boss key in forest. Still gotta do all of forest anyway. Every time I get the boss key in forest, I'm like, why is there a boss key in forest to begin with?
It's like, why does this matter?
Same thing with Shadow. I mean, well, I guess with Shadow you can skip that one, the back section after the boat ride, but... I wonder why Ksinjah's collecting skulls. It could be something on 10 or something could be on 10 or 20.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily see a hint from What the Hell's indicating skulls, but it's possible that What the Hell's knew Ksinjah was going to just collect skulls as she went.
It could just be habit. Like I said, Ksinjah's been playing a lot of League recently, and you know, you just start getting it going. I need to collect, you know, so many, at least this many skulls, right?
Yeah.
Open shortcuts for Season 6. I've actually been playing with the shortcuts, and they're actually pretty cool. The dungeon shortcuts. They make logic very freaky, though.
Yeah, of course would be just like a whole new game if we could just have access to the basement from the start.
Because Ganon, I believe, can become a key. Phantom Ganon.
Ooh.
Getting a scales? Gold scale? No,
tunic.
Goron tunic. I don't know. 200 rupees for a scale? Seems kind of pricey game.
Yeah, if you don't need it, just don't get it.
Oh, Ksinjah's about to get iron. The iron boots were in here. In fire, so...
And it looks like the reward for Forest Temple on Mr. Mario's side is going to be the Goron Ruby.
Ooh, Stone Forest.
What I'm wondering is... Oh, and they need it.
Is it AD?
Is this AD?
For what? ZL? I could pick honestly very long. That's the first thing that pops in my mind. Required AD is ZL.
Yeah.
We only really maybe Nocturne. I think that's the only two required songs that you would definitely need.
Yeah, Mr. Mario just drew, I think that's song, it's either Song of Time or Serenade, is a pinkish purple, which could be ZL or could be Nocturne.
Yeah, that's the issue with ZL and Nocturne. They're both purple in the game.
Yeah, I tend to use like a much darker purple and like a pink for ZL.
The Song of Time is pretty lighter, a lightish blue for the actual song. So that could be Song of Time is either Nocturne or ZL, which are the two songs that Side probably is.
Yeah, it is.
Is that supposed to be Bulbagia? That is.
What?
Oh wait. Oh wait, no.
No, don't fight Bulbagia. We are going to let the fire snake live today.
Ooh, does that mean that Shadow must be either the Shadow Medallion or it has to be the Shadow Medallion. Shadow is Shadow today, apparently. It's the only thing I can think of you do need Nocturne or ZL to beat. Could be in Spirit for Spirit Key Logic. Or Water. If it's ZL.
Yeah, I mean,
Shadow is not the Shadow Medallion. I'm just guessing that.
It's also possible that there's an item or some heart pieces in Shadow, and we just need to do all dungeons just to get access to them.
Yeah. I feel like this would be a very hard seed not to... Like, I feel like this is a seed because you have to get all heart pieces. It's gonna be very hard for a dungeon not to have a heart piece in it or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's literally gonna be all. I feel like it's gonna be all dungeons, like GGG, bottom of the well, and shit ice as well. The skull somewhere. Oh,
yeah,
the skull
Mr.
in the basement? Take the elevator down, the skull in the basement?
Mr. Mario is being very insistent about whatever skull Vidya James hasn't gotten. Oh, is it a skull?
I think that's the skull in the basement. Alright, Runo's Letter and Iron Boots. We know that. That's obviously what that is.
Go up?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's take the, I want to call it an elevator. I'm sure that's not what it's called. The block that goes flying up. T just according to T, it just means do fire. Alright, how many skulls is that? Are those skulls?
Oh no.
Hold on, I gotta count
20?
here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 4. That doesn't add up. That's only 18. Or that's only math.
No, that's 20.
No, because it's only 5 across and 4 down. So 4 times 5 is...
4 times 5 is 20.
Oh my god. You know what? It's 9 o'clock at night for me.
We're doing great, y'all.
I've been taking math since December. Alright. I did finish high school. Yes, T, I finished high school. I can math. Yeah, so in fire, Arudo's letters, irons, and things. Arudo's letter to go rush ice! We got hover boot, we got Rudo's letter. May not be in logic, but we can do it.
It would be so funny if literally there's nothing in Jabu and you just need it for ice.
The seed I played today, that Jabu was foolish. And you literally needed Rudo's letter was path just to go to ice. Oh, Ksinjah, no! The horse music for Phantom Ganon is great. Phantom Ganon does ride a horse.
Oh no! Missed those stabs. Wow, Phantom Ganon is being difficult today.
Me and Phantom Ganon already got beat. So. Alright, where is James? That's safe quit. So we are safe quitting and going childs. Jabu? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it's... Oh, going back for the mask.
Keaton mask, yep. So something is definitely on Skull Mask. No, see, I can tell that's Keaton mask for some reason. Well, I couldn't with what the hell's until he drew the face. I don't know, maybe it's because we've seen it already, we know it's coming. I don't know. Oh, and more money.
More money. So get more money on your way to get Keaton mask.
It's obviously Pikachu. Yes. Yes, it is Pikachu.
What is this protective shield around Keaton mask that you have drawn?
Stone's name. Alright, Ksinjah picking up Dins. What song is what? Requiem is Prelude? Ooh, there's forms.
Okay.
Oh, he said screw mask, go Lon Lon.
No, looks like he still wants us to do the mask. Just trying to figure out the best way to relay that. So, don't worry about shop, go get Keaton mask.
Oh, doesn't have money for a mask. He has plenty of money for a mask. He's got 100. James should have Dins, because I remember seeing him pick it up. Keaton mask, then play Requiem? We're going to Child Spirit? Wait, no. There's a skull on there somewhere.
I love that What the Hells has just drawn the 3 items that Ksinjah needs to find. And it's just like, okay, when you're done, play Bolero. Have fun with that.
I'm trying to figure out what Mr. Mario is drawing here.
Is that Richard?
Bomb Chew? No.
Cows?
Cows! Epona song.
Oh.
Oh, we're getting to the cows. Let's go.
Not the left cow, but the right cow.
Right cow. Cow sanity strikes again. I've never actually played with cow sanity.
Why are there so many arrows?
Wait, what does it lead to? That looks like a house. Does he not? Maybe he doesn't know where they are.
So...
He's working on a YouTube thumbnail, according to Universal Giant. No, okay, so Requiem, we are off to get the song. I don't think James in the oven has gotten this.
No, this is our first time seeing what's out here.
No,
and
no, they've gotten this. No, they've gotten this, because it's on it, yeah. No, they've gotten this. I knew we had Song of Time, I just forgot where. Alright, now play Bolero again. Where are we going now? We going back into fire? Back into fire we go?
Oh, for the Song of Time block.
Ah!
To get that one skull.
Yeah, I don't think Ksinjah knows that, the glitchless jump. See, that's the one thing you gotta be careful about when you're running with people, is you gotta know what what they're capable of when they're running, right?
Yeah, you've got to like really have a sense of where their strengths lie.
Hello, strength 2.
Ooh, that's pretty sweet.
Cow. Yes, chat. Spam the chat with silver gauntlets. Because we got them.
Wait, what did I say that was psychic, Tobias? I mean, I'm always saying psychic things, but I can't remember what specific thing I said this time.
Where was strength? Where their strength lies? Oh.
Oh.
I thought
Look,
I said that. Or did you say that? You know what? I'm tired.
You know what? I can't remember which one of us said it, but one of us was psychic for 2 seconds. Oh, right. We were talking about the runners and knowing what tricks they know or not. And I was like, yeah, it's really important for like runners to know where their strengths lie. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're all caught up.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting nighttime skulls. Where was Epona's? I don't know. I'm having like really bad short-term memory today.
I am also. I think it's because like I'm staring so much at the pictures and not as much at what the runners are doing.
Apparently, also the trackers are distracted today. Where was Epona's? It's a very.
Oh, it was Minuet.
Minuet. Nice. That's right, because PogChmaps does not have that yet.
Yeah, Caceres was vanilla, Minuet was Epona's.
Ugh, Ksinjah failing her own jump. It's a big feels bad, man.
You got it, Ksinjah.
I can't even do this, so...
Hints are not on.
Yes, they're obviously hints would kind of be redundant.
The only hints they get is whatever their artist decides to give them.
Yep. The only thing no, even having the pedestal on is kind of redundant. Because your drawer can just tell you where it are.
And plus, I think that, like, you don't know, especially in these settings, like, what you need and don't need as far as, like, completion, other than knowing this time that we need the shadow medallion.
Yeah. Well, and yeah.
And we have a child spirit over on Oven's side.
The fabled child spirit. That I feel like has gotten suddenly more common nowadays.
Yeah, it definitely seems like we're seeing it a
Maybe
lot
there's just been more Zooter recently. But I feel like
there has been so much Zooter recently.
Oh, I remember yesterday, I did not leave my desk once because there was so much Zooter going on. I literally got up, made breakfast, and pretty much watched Zooter for the rest of the day.
And speaking of, Nightbot just reminded us that next... Is that so accurate?
I do not know. And Ksinjah's still missing them iron boots. No, that is not accurate. Yeah, weekends nowadays are just taken up by Zooter. It's gonna get even more busy. I believe RSL is starting up soon.
Yeah, I think I heard that it's starting up next weekend, maybe? Something like that.
Alright, get in the iron boots, and we're out. Oh, fired. No killing. Volvagia gets to live today.
And now the PogChmaps are going to be heading into...
To something
Forest?
green.
Oh, Kokiri Sword is over in Child Spirit.
Is that King Dodongo again? Are those cows? Oh, those are the cows! Oh, those are the cows, aren't they? Are those the cows?
Are those the Wolfos? In Sacred Forest Meadow? What is happening? I think those are... I think they're supposed to be the Wolfos.
I think Ksinjah's confused too. We're doing the fabled Mito skip.
Tobias, I would be a force to be reckoned with if I could actually play Zooter.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell's even played this game before? Like, come on. Those are obviously not what Wolfos look like. They don't have opponents yet, so... Or they're about to, PogChmaps is about to get opponents.
Yeah, so they'll be able to start doing those cow checks probably after Forest. They're just sort of...
I heard Forest, and then I figured out it was Forest. I'm like, what?
I kind of, like, yawned as I was saying it, so...
There's the first string, for someone who was asking earlier.
And it looks like Mr. Mario is finally having Video James pick up the Keaton mask. Probably?
Maybe?
That's probably what's happening there.
Ksinjah opting to try to do the ground jump instead of the glitchless jump. Ooh. Don't worry, I can't do ground jumps either. But gets it anyway. DMT, yeah, take the shortcut from, to...
Oh! I have been staring at that for the last, like, minute trying to decipher what in the world that was
Take the
supposed to
shortcut
be.
to Lost Woods. They're not necessarily ideas, you're pretty much telling them, you're going to take this path to get here.
This is not a suggestion. Do this.
It's not a suggestion. Here's some cats go. Is that supposed to be forest? Is it supposed to be the tree? I just realized that.
That was part of why I was thinking of Wolf's Grotto, because it's like, okay, how many trees do we have in Zooter?
TJ's match is getting restreamed here tomorrow. Ooh. TJ, our lovely tracking manager. Apparently that's not.
No, go to the other tree.
Oh, sorry. He's the chief tracking officer, not the manager.
How's it going? What the hells?
Oh.
What is?
What is going on? Slowly losing it.
Slowly, I do think that What the Hell's has lost it. Basically, since we told him that he would be restreamed.
Sure.
I wonder if drawing the medallion is meant to just indicate, yeah, just full clear it.
Well, there's not a lot of checks you can skip in Forest to begin with.
This is unhinged. There's something perfectly normal going over on our right side, and then there's whatever is happening with these two.
How did they get into Deku Tree?
That's a great question.
It does. We haven't missed anything.
It does look like it's going to be all dungeons, because Deku is Kokiri Emerald, and Mr. Mario is saying, go get it.
Alright, I think that is someone... No. Okay,
No.
No.
Ksinjah's just like, I'm gonna just keep doing things until...
Oh, they got something. I guess she guessed what he was going for. And then not? Ooh, look at that. Sweet B1 skip.
I feel like this little figure that What the Hells has drawn is staring at me.
Is it the pose? I do too. I do feel like it's staring at me, almost like menacingly. I'm like,
Oh, is that?
A Deku Baba? If that is a Deku Baba, oh, that's great.
It's looking like Zora Sapphire is at Water Temple? Oh no, it's
Goma.
okay.
Then play whatever that's.
Serenade?
Do we have Serenade?
I think we got Serenade, yeah.
What the hell is this? The one thing I gotta complain about this tracker. I have no idea what songs we have and what we don't. It's the only thing I did not figure out the 4-person layout. That's Meg. Yes, what the hell very well knows how to draw Meg.
Oh, she's beautiful.
He's even got an emote for her. Obviously, he didn't draw that. I guess we do have Serenade.
Yeah, I
We're
don't remember
doing
where we got it. It
Childlike?
might have been in Windmill?
I don't know, but we're doing Childlike. It looks like. Or Zora's Domain.
Oh, Scarecrow. We need to get Scarecrow.
Pierre?
From Pierre, go...
Fishing? Fishing.
Fishing.
I got that one.
Good call.
We do have a note sheet? Oh.
Hey, thanks, baseball.
Thank you,
I just-
baseball. Alright, this is gonna make everything 10 times easier.
Yeah, we can actually do our job as commentators now. Because our trackers have our back. Oh, no, that's Jabu!
Oh!
Go buy the heart piece and go do Jabu. That's why
Is
it's so
it-
big.
Is it all vanilla stone dungeons?
That's what it looks like. They're just all mixed up. Well, 2 of them are mixed up.
Touch the fishy? No, enter. Okay, enter the fish.
We do have the full leap scene turned off, unfortunately. Yeah, so for anyone who's just tuning in, this Pictionary race is a little bit special. The requirements for Ganon's boss key are 20 hearts, which is why they are collecting. The bridge is vanilla. That's our...
The bot is not working. It's being bad bot. But our runners today, people who are actually playing the game, are Ksinjah and... I actually don't know how to pronounce the first name. James. I actually don't know how to pronounce that.
I think it's Vidya.
Oh, there you go. The bot's working now.
Yep, and then we have our artists, What the Hells, and also Mr. Mario.
Yes, this was... The reason it's 20 hearts is because it takes place in February, and February is the month of Valentine's Day.
And also, shout out to our lovely trackers, Tobias and Baseball, without whom we would be completely lost.
I think the trackers are a little lost. See, too.
I think everyone is a little bit lost today. Like, I don't think that any of us even know where we're at.
The race mod and the person who rolled this, I believe, is Fennel. I believe Fennel is the one who rolled this. And technically is the race mod, even though I don't think this needs the race mod. Fennel is also the one who made the branch for this as well. So, also shoutouts to him for making this possible.
I wonder what the hell's does in moments like this while waiting for Ksinjah to just get through Forest Temple.
He is catching up on hockey matches, if I had to take a guess. Oh, is it them? Okay, my bad. Yes, go right them. Sorry, my bad. What else is playing his own seed in the background?
Man, I wish I had the attention span to play 2 games at the same time.
I can't. I can't even play one Zooter seed at one time. Like... Alright, Ksinjah taking on the pose. What the hell is playing the same seed and has already beaten it? I mean, he has the spoiler log, he could very easily beat this seed.
Yeah, having chess size matches contents turned off is definitely throwing some people off. So you're not the only one, Tobias.
Yes. I made the mistake last night of trying to watch 2 races at once. One was a league match and one was a challenge cup match. League does not have chess size matches content turned on. My brain could not handle it. How many hearts are in a row? 10?
Yes, 10. So it looks like, yeah, that might be first.
7, 8, 9. Yes, that is 10. I literally just moved my mouse and individually counted them.
So it looks like, what the hell is it, just waiting for Ksinjah to get to Meg and then take the elevator down.
Yeah, in Forest, there's not real much direction to do. You gotta pretty much full clear Forest, no matter what.
Yeah.
There's only a few chests you can skip, and you only really skip those if you're in go mode. So.
Meanwhile, over on Mr. Mario's side, just getting through Jabu. I appreciate this, like, pinky color that Mr. Mario has picked to draw for Jabu.
It's up there. I still don't know if AD is Nocturne or ZL.
I think it's ZL. I just don't know what that gray thing is after ZL.
Yeah.
ZL, do something, and then save quit.
Yes. Is it really all... Wait, no. Forest wasn't a, Wait, no. No, Forest was a stone. I was about to say, is it all vanilla stones? Wait, no, wait a minute. DC's a med.
Oh, is that grabbing Skull Mask?
That might be.
Wait, but did Mr. Mario ever go back for Keaton?
I do not
Or have Vidya James go back for Keaton?
I don't remember.
This is somehow harder than keeping up with a co-op match.
It's harder than keeping up with a multi-world match.
There are only 2 runners, and somehow I am more
We're
lost
so
than I
lost.
usually am.
Well, because the one thing is they're not naturally following, you know, progression, right?
Yeah, like this is not a route any normal Zooter match would take.
Yeah, like when you do this, you can tell, okay, they're probably gonna go here next, or they'll go here next, and you just gotta wait for them to do it. Like, this is, you're just, you know.
Just trusting you're going the right spot.
Mm-hmm. A lot of bonking coming from James's side.
Nice.
Got it. That is true. I can watch runners run all day. The drawing is what I've come here for. You know, it'd be really great to do a multi-world Pictionary.
A multi-world Pictionary. We would need so many people to pull that off.
That spoiler log would be a mess to look at, though.
Oh, it would be horrible. It would be horrible. The artists would have to be in their own joint calls so that they can decipher things. But what if the multi-world artists only have one canvas and all of them have to draw on the same canvas?
You would need to give the artist like an hour to plan.
I think they can do it in half an hour.
Well, normally they're for this they're only doing 15.
Yeah, I think a half hour for multi-world would be fine.
Oh, Meg. It's everyone's favorite Poe. Or at least I'm assuming it's everyone's favorite Poe because it's the only Poe I think everyone knows the actual name for.
Or she's the most annoying Poe and we've just learned her name out of spite.
True. I know the green one's name I think is Amy. I think that's the only other one I know. Thank you. Amy. Or is Amy the red one?
I'm pretty sure Beth is the blue one. Because I think I like Beth.
Beth is the blue one. I do know that. Is Amy the red one or the green one? They're all named after the sister and little one. Okay. I did not know that.
There's some, like, weird narrative implications. Does Little Women exist in the Zelda world?
That's a very good question.
Are these the Little Women?
I wonder if they're Japanese names, or even if they're named in Japanese. Because I'm sure they were named after that for whatever reason. The localization team was just like, eh. Alright, moment of truth. What is on OOT? It is ZL.
It is
okay.
ZL.
So obviously we need ZL for something. There is a lot of things in this check that are game that are ZL off. Even without ZL, even without all these settings, it's very rare to have a seed where you do not need ZL.
So, picking up Skull Mask, save quitting. What's this location Mr. Mario's drawn now?
No idea. Yeah, ZL and OOT always means AD. Because it normally means your shadow med is your shadow is the med.
Is this bottom of the well?
Maybe.
I'm just trying to think of places that have chests and skulls that we could, like, plausibly go to.
Getting ZL for bottom of the well is a very plausible thing. Yep. Bottom of the well, here we go.
Oh my god, the fish!
That's such a great
The fish!
Is he gonna I would have honestly, personally, would have drawn Jabu eating Link. For to tell you to go into Jabu. I would have, like, I draw stick figures, but I would have drawn the fish and then drawn, like, half of the head inside the mouth.
But I want
kind of
what
going
the
fun.
hells to draw a tiny fish so that we can see them in proportion.
That is, it looks like my uncle. Well, if Jabu is my uncle, that explains how my cousin's in the lab dive. I call the shark in the lab dive my cousin.
Aww. I can see the resemblance.
No.
Alright, bottom of the well. Looks like bottom of the well has quite a few things for us today. We got the lens, we've got...
Big Goron. Well, let's go. We got knife percent. Or sword percent.
I'm trying to figure out what that little... Is that meant to be a heart container that you've drawn in the upper corner, Mr. Mario?
I do not know.
Oh, fire keys. Thanks, chat.
Pizza's making me laugh. Oh, that's great.
Oh, a whole freaking heart container.
Ooh. Oh, wait, no, we're not going to Jabu? No Jabu.
No Jabu?
No Jabu? Ooh, for roars, that's gonna come in handy at some point. Jabu has been cancelled. Oh, so
Jabu is considered problematic for eating children.
So Jabu is not my uncle. Okay, I got it. Thank you. What the hell's for clarifying that?
F's in chat for Jabu.
Yep. I mean, he goes missing somehow, some way. Between the 7 years.
Did Ksinjah pull that up so what the hell's could see what color Epona's song is?
But Epona's song doesn't have a color.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Did you still play the... Oh no, they have to do Child Spirit. So yeah, looking at it right now, it does look like... Why do they call it an oven? It's got a pretty big-ish lead on the PogChmaps here. But it's okay, because we all want to see more of what the hell he's drawing.
Yeah, that's what we really came here for.
Yeah, they could stay longer.
What do you think the finish time's gonna be, especially considering Oven is eight hearts away?
Well, we still have to figure out. The drawer obviously knows, but we still gotta get the items to do the shadow medallion.
Wherever that's at.
Or whatever it is, yeah.
Wait a second. Do we have to do frogs too?
Oh!
See all those frogs? I think we have to do frogs too!
Guys, Fennel! Fennel, please! Stop taking my thing from me.
Frogs to AD.
Fennel just ruined the one thing that kept people away from playing my seeds. It's because I rolled that one Frogs 2 seed that had AD on OOT. Or that had a Sun Song on OOT.
This is delightful.
This is an absolute gift from Fennel. They have given us a masterpiece. Ooh, Ksinjah getting knocked off by the bubble.
It looks like go do Frogs 2, then go do Skull Mask.
Yeah, take the shortcut. And play... you don't have to play ZL too. Oh, Dancing Dead has something!
Oh my god!
Oh, Fennel. Oh. Giving us all the meme checks today. Are you sure? You did not
Literally
this.
giving us everything. If there is a heart piece out on Wasteland, we will literally get everything.
Fennel, they must have planned this. Like... Oh, I'm getting stared at now. Oh. I had no partake in the rollage of this seed.
But we're gonna blame you anyway.
Alright, here we go, chat. We're also gonna be getting a lot. It might not be Frogs 2, he might just be here to get the money. This is a really good source of money. Needed not trivialized cavern. We still don't know what's on the shadow medallion.
We don't.
I mean, obviously
Yeah, we have.
the drawlers do, but
Yeah, I'd be kind of inclined to believe that Shadow Medallion's vanilla at the rate we're going, because it kind of feels.
But why would you pick up the long shot then?
Heart piece on Morpha?
There's just some. Yeah, that is true. I just feel like some, depending on, well, yeah, it's just like some of these items you could skip, but then I forgot about the whole heart piece thing. Nope, it is Frogs 2.
It is actually Frogs 2. What's it gonna be?
Lord.
What's it gonna be? Everyone get your bets.
Ooh, getting it first try. It's just
a heart piece! I just want to say that this is the best boss key condition ever.
Yes.
A minute and a half check to get a heart piece.
Maybe T or someone can answer this. Is this on Fennel's branch? On his branch on GitHub? Like, is this something I can go do? I can roll a seed like this. Because if I can, oh yes. I think that yes. I think this is on his branch. Ah, there you go, T. I was just about to go get the link to Fennel's branch.
So it looks like What the Hells is clarifying for Ksinjah to go Deku Tree and don't worry about Jabu yet.
Yep.
Just to really drive it home, go do another arrow.
otr.fennel.net is the branch where you can get this, and I believe some other things are on there as well. What was Song of Time? Song of Time was VL. Oven is definitely racing away. You also have to keep it at a standpoint. James is a, not only is he an OOT player, he's also an MM player. He's one of the few that cross over. He's pretty good at OOT. Not to say Ksinjah's bad at it, but you do have to keep the runner's skill into account with these races too. It's not just how good the drawing is, just like any other race.
Yeah, there is a lot that there's just a surprising amount that goes into a Pictionary race.
Yeah.
Like so many skill sets.
You got the skill sets of the drawlers, you got the skill sets of the runners. And they're obviously two different skill sets. And also the level of, I guess, communication / trust you gotta have in each other.
Yeah.
The S4 champion drawing pictures instead of playing.
I do think that's one of the best parts of this is having.
What the hell said he did it to give people a chance to actually beat him? I'm pretty sure he just wanted to draw and was just looking for an excuse.
I mean, who doesn't want to draw?
I'm not the best at drawing. Alright, is that supposed to be the compass in Deku?
Yes. Pretty sure.
Yes, what the hell's his art? Literally just makes you ask, what the hell's happened? What the hell has happened?
And meanwhile, Mr. Mario is saying, "Go Bolero."
Play Bolero. Oh, the fairy. The DMC fairy.
And then go Ice Cavern.
Yes, let's go.
Wait, or is it the waterfall?
Good question. Rush ice will always find a way. Even if you're almost 2 hours in, you're still rushing ice.
I think that's rushing ice.
Because he's drawing a pair of sunglasses. Because there's hover boots and the sunglasses. For the memes. Hover entry is cool.
I just love the
Nightbot, is that match correct? I have a feeling that match is not correct. I thought that match was already played.
Nightbot. You're drunk. Go home.
It is? Okay. I thought Quarry versus Rafter was already played. Okay. And maybe I'm just going crazy.
Oh, Serenade is our Nocturne.
Ooh. So it's looking more and more like Shadow is vanilla. Oh, it's Rafter versus Westwood. Okay.
Is that Goma? On What the Hell side?
Oh my, I love it. Oh, I love it. It looks like, it almost looks like the Sheikah symbol.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was staring at it for a second trying to decipher it.
Zyron, is that you? It's exactly what it is. Somehow this door down here takes us to more doors.
It occurs to me that this is one bottle ice cavern, which
Ooh.
sucks.
Actually, oh, did they not get the bottle Ksinjah just literally got when they were in deck?
Oh, they might have.
Oh, I like how Mr. Sponge got here right as we went to ice. He knew. He sensed
Everyone
it.
can
Someone's in
just-
ice cavern.
Yeah, everyone can just kind of sense when it's time for ice cavern. They get like a notification on their phone, hey, someone's going to ice cavern on this stream.
Someone should make that a thing. I don't know how hard that would be to program.
An ice cavern alert.
I guess the simplest way to do it would be to have it constantly look at streams and then look for the certain pixel shade of blue that you get when you're in ice cavern. And just push that out as a notification. That would still be, it's a lot simpler. It's a lot simpler than it sounds. I wasn't paying attention. Was that a 1 cycle on Goma for Ksinjah?
I think it was, yeah. Yeah, so that was super quick. I'm also noticing that Mr. Mario is not drawing anything else for video games in Ice Cavern, so it seems like it's a get in, get out kind of affair.
It's yeah. I don't think he's getting any skulls in here either. I'm assuming Ice Cavern counts as a dungeon, right?
Yes, I believe it does. Because I think the 3... Well,
It's like there are mini dungeons. So
do
I'm
the
like-
3 mini dungeons count for Dungeon Skull Shuffle? Is the question, chat.
I don't play with Skull Sanity that often, so... Yeah, according to T, yes, they do.
Okay,
Oh
that's
wait,
good
we've
to
already
know.
seen that. That when they were in the bottom of the well, it was there.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Tobias.
We're functioning.
We're functioning.
We remember things.
I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering things tonight.
I mean, I am like tired because I like got up early and then couldn't get back to bed, and it's like super late where you are, so we're like the two ends of the spectrum as well.
It's 10 o'clock at night for me. It's not that late.
Okay, now we have our Jabu fish. Is that Jabu fish? Wait, what the hell's what's happening?
What is that?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Person.
Down.
Okay.
And there's Nocturne. Alright. Nocturne to...
Requiem.
Oh, to go get the fairy.
Oh, and then leave.
GTG.
Yes. Horseback archery.
Nice.
So get the treasure chest up top.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
And the
get the
skull?
skull.
Yeah.
Go do horseback archery. And oven is up to 14 hearts.
Ooh, getting close. And just to clarify, chat, they do have to go beat Ganon. It is not just
Get 20 hearts and you're done.
It is. You need to go make some bacon.
So for anyone who's just tuning in, Oven's full name is, why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food and out hot eat the food?
Something weird.
Which is quite the mouthful.
Yes.
So we just call them Oven. We thought it was neat too.
T putting it in chat for y'all to read because it's hard for me to read that out loud. What is the gray squiggly thing that Mr. Mario just drew?
Okay. So you go to horseback archery and then what?
Oh, go into GTG. That's supposed to be the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we're going into GTG. You know what? This is the only issue. I've gotten so used to chest size matches contents, GTG. You know, being able to peek everything in the maze, and then going back.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like so hard now. You're like, ugh, I have to check every chest now.
It's really nice. Like GTG is actually like really nice with chest size messages content turned on.
Because you can go in there, peek the maze, and see, oh, I don't need anything in the maze, and then all you have to do is just the checks around it. With the left side and the right side. And it makes key counting so much easier. Yeah, so this is a Pictionary spoiler log race. So there is, our drawlers have the spoiler log in front of them. And they are drawing pictures to tell our runners where to go. But the conditions for this are a little different. Ganon's boss key is on 20 hearts. Still can't get over saying that. And the bridge is vanilla, so you need the shadow medallion. We started with the spirit medallion and light arrows.
Which were Spear 0, luckily.
Yes, and then some additional rules are, there are no hints, period, because obviously you don't need hints when you have a spoiler log. Cow sanity and dungeon skulls are turned on, which is great. And 30, 40, 50 are turned off, and there are shop sanity with 4 items that are turned on.
Is that the bubble room? What the hell is this just drawn?
Bubbles.
I am kind of impressed that I am able to decipher what the hell this is doing.
Exactly. Oh, sorry.
I've been like leaning away from my mic every time I yawn. So it's like, oh man, we have some sleepy commentators today, folks.
Sleepy comms.
And we're already done with the forest temple, so our nap time's over.
Is that the volcano?
Oh, what?
No? What?
Oh, Baronade! That's Baronade!
Oh my god. This needs to be another emote. That needs to be another one.
We're going to have to start picking and choosing which...
The ones I really want are the one of Malin and then the Baronade one.
The Malin one, I think, needs to happen.
The Dodongers is already a mode, it's just not on this channel. It is a better TTV emote, I believe. See now, if the Silver Gauntlets would like to put that better TTV emote on. I think I said one too many T's there. Oh well. And then it's the Ocarina of Time.
Then go get Ocarina.
It looks like a flute with like a little. It almost looks like a shoe actually if you turn your head sideways.
Yeah, it's
It looks like
that.
a shoe.
That
like a
is
boot.
certainly a shape. That is.
Here, crook your head to the right. It looks like a boot with a heel.
And meanwhile, Mr. Mario has the entirety of GTG mapped out for Video James.
Before the dude even gets in there. Yes, that's obviously Italy, actually, if you look at it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I can see that.
Bridge requirement is vanilla, so we just need to get the shadow medallion, and then we'll have access.
Yep. Meaning, there very well could be some heart pieces in Light Trial. Oh, they should have turned on trials. Done random trials.
Oh, that would have been brutal. On top of everything else in this scene.
Just a nice suggestion for next time. I'm being told off for that idea. Oh well. Too late. No, 30, 40, and 50 skulls have been disabled. Well, not disabled, the checks are just dead.
There is a heart piece, though, on 20 skulls.
Yes, on 20 skulls is a heart piece.
100 skull Pictionary seed would be insane.
Let's do 100 skull bridge and just leave it at that. Yeah, 100 is always off, I think, unless you purposely put it on, right?
Unless you just don't love yourself enough and you want to do 100 skulls. 100 skulls is so scary.
They're just, I don't even know where 100 skulls are. Alright, full disclosure, people, I've never played vanilla OoT, so... Did we have a skull seed last time?
We had a skull seed the first time.
Okay.
I know because I drew all 40 skulls at the end of the seed because I was really bored and had no other hints to give, so I just had to draw all 40 of the skulls because we needed 40 skulls. It was horrible. Everyone should go back and rewatch that seed.
Is the VOD still even? I don't even think the VOD's still up.
I bet it isn't, but I'm sure it's saved on YouTube. I hope it's saved on YouTube.
Does the Silver Mountains upload their VODs on YouTube? That is a Canadian cow. I've never been to Canada, so I cannot confirm nor deny that is a Canadian cow.
Wow, that is
Okay.
a rotund cow.
We have gotten confirmation the VODs are uploaded to YouTube. So I'm sure someone can go find the VOD of that race. Alright, what was in GTG? We weren't paying, it was so close paying attention to this cow.
I think it's been mostly heart
Oh,
pieces.
magic!
And magic, yes.
Magic was on GTG Stalfos. I'm so happy I have this note sheet open now. Is
Yeah,
that
so-
Malin again? That is Malin again.
Oh, I love Madeline.
this doesn't go on the Silver Gauntlets, what the hell should make this sad an emote for his own channel? Ksinjah have been a pretty clean-ish Baronade fight. Better than I could have done.
Ooh. Getting a little bodied.
Would you look at that? Oven having... How many hearts down? They're only, 4 away.
Yeah, Oven is really close to being able to finish up this seed.
Well, still gotta do whatever the shadow is, which I'm assuming is shadow.
Since we got Nocturne, that's what I'm assuming. I mean, again, there could just be
It could just be a
heart
heart
pieces
in.
there.
It's on bongo, so you just gotta do shadow to anyway.
Yeah, at this point it kind of seems like Mr. Mario is just trying to figure out how to route in these last heart pieces needed. That's the thing, is that I do think that it's most likely Shadow is vanilla, because I would think that if it was just for a heart piece, that Mr. Mario would have just sent him there already to go grab it real quick.
Yeah, but my other... I'm just confused about that long shot, that's all. Long shot confuses me. Maybe you gotta go to water at some point. But you don't really need a long shot to beat water. Well, you need it to beat water. I guess Morpha could be a heart piece. Oh, something in the cow grotto here.
And it's 3 more hearts away.
I haven't been paying attention if they've gotten all heart containers yet.
I don't think so. I know I've seen 1 for sure.
What is that?
Is that the hand?
A hand with
It's the statue hand that has the Zelda that you play ZL on.
Ooh, spirit. Okay. Oh, right, we're playing Requiem. Yep.
It also sucks how much they've had to like backtrack for Spirit.
Yeah. I played a seed the other day. It was your first logical strength was in Child Spirit. To get your Dins on Phantom Ganon, to get your second strength in Shadow. To go then go back and finish Spirit.
No!
Well, it's Emo Soda. Emo, I was just talking about how Sun Song is your favorite song in the whole game.
And Emo Soda was like, peace.
Every time I get Sun Song now, that's like always the first thing out of my mouth. Oh look, it's Emo's favorite song! Is that a Triforce? Why, what the hell?
That is a Triforce, and is that the Keaton mask again?
It certainly looks like it. I don't see anything yellow else in the game with cat ears on it.
Ears, yeah.
Ooh. I really hate doing this room without hovers, but they have hovers. Oh, there you go. Something. Elevator. Something down.
A hole? Where? Oh, go do Skull Kid.
Oh.
Do Keaton mask. Or like go get the mask to go to the skull. Or bottom of the well is also a good guess.
Well, they do need to do bottom of the well. Oh, happy, we missed 2 hours. Happy 2 hours and 5 minutes. Alright, buddy.
Yeah, happy 2 hours.
It feels like, I don't know if it feels like, it almost feels like we've been here for more than 2 hours, but it also feels like we've been here for less.
Oh yeah, I mean, it feels like an eternity has passed since we have started this race, and yet.
Yeah, it is true. They haven't been playing for 2 hours.
No, they've been playing.
No.
Here in 10 minutes, they will have been playing for 2 hours.
No, the one on Restream is when they actually started. Because the
Oh, really?
The race room says a different time.
Oh, sweet.
The race room says 2 hours and 21 minutes. So the one on Restream is when they started playing, not when they got the spoiler log. For those who don't know, the drawlers get the first 15 minutes to look at the spoiler log to figure out their routing decisions. God, that could be Composer's Grave, yeah? Composer's Grave. Ooh, what song could Composer's Grave have? Minuet? No, Prelude. Prelude is in the Composer's Grave.
Oh, that's what that means. I get it.
Prelude's a pretty good song to have. It just makes it quick. Sorry.
I've been getting really close to the end of their heart piece hunt.
Sorry, one second. I got the hiccups. Give me a second.
You're good. You're good. So it does look like Mr. Mario's finally going to Shadow. I'm trying to decide what the hell's has drawn what looks like the Bible, but I'm pretty sure that's not what was intended. What the hell's what's happening? Oh, actually, yeah, Jax, the coffin is actually like a really good, that's way better than my guess. So something interesting is that it looks like on Oven side they have picked up the mirror shield, which means that we might have to go back and finish Spirit, which I think will be our 4th time going into Spirit. Death Star, I hate to break it to you, we are not buying the $200 gold scale today.
Oh, right. I think we're good.
Welcome back.
Hopefully they've gone away. Missed anything spicy in Shadow?
Not so far.
Alright. Alright, what? What the hell is what you drawing?
Yeah, I said that it looked like a Bible, but we're pretty sure it's the coffin in bottom of the well.
Yeah. Is that lens? Is that like to go do the lens check?
Yeah, so
Oh,
do piece, get lens.
we're bailing out of shadow.
Okay, so we did just need Nocturne for a couple of checks.
Hopefully? Oh yes, we need to get the heart piece up here. Getting bodied by a Poe. Yeah, just kill it, yep. Oof.
I should.
Oh, come on, just kill it, like, come on. There we go.
That Poe deserves it.
Honestly.
One more heart piece to go.
Ooh.
Well, one more heart container.
I don't know how many heart pieces they're at. Or do they just get one?
They just got one.
Alright, 4 heart pieces left to beat folks, and a dungeon at some point.
Or a container if we're short on containers, because we haven't been counting.
We probably should have been counting.
We probably should have been counting. Oh, it has to be pieces, because they have to get their 20 skull piece. So we have 4 more.
Yes, so it has to be pieces.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance that Oven comes out first today with the pace that they have been making.
Yeah, I keep looking over at the race time room. No one has finished yet, so... Alright, Skull... Then we're they're finally going back into DC to get that 1 heart piece. That, PogChmaps got at the beginning.
Right, yeah.
The one that requires a long shot. I don't know what the actual name of that skull is. I just call it the long shot skull. Ooh, did we find winner?
Oh, it was in bottom of the well. Oh, was it 20 skulls? Nice.
Winner heart piece on 20. That's Pog.
There have been some pretty delightful checks and locations.
You know, we haven't seen Greg yet this seed, which is a little disappointing.
Yeah, I can't believe that we saw Bonk but didn't see Greg.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, what the hell has got a nice appreciation for Greg? He's even got his own emote of him, so I'm assuming he would have pointed out, you know, maybe if it wasn't, maybe I guess if it's not on the path, right, they're going, but... Yeah, Ksinjah really needing to get Keaton Mask done here. What was on Skull Mask? A heart piece?
Yes, I believe so.
Alright. I like that little smile. It's just so cute.
It's just so peaceful.
It's simple and it's got its own little charm to it.
Yeah, it's like I would trust that mask. That would make me buy that mask.
Alright. 2 more heart pieces. Where are we going?
It looks like back to Spirit.
Right? No! Equipping the... Oh! Oh! Water temple. Okay, I'm not explaining. I don't like Water Temple because of the whole Iron Boots thing. I don't like Water Temple because of Morpha. The first ever randomizer I did, I didn't get the quick kill on Morph, and then she proceeded to kill me by tossing me around the room too many times.
I like soft locked in Water Temple as a kid. I think that I just didn't know what to do in here. But because of that, it took me many, many years to actually beat Ocarina of Time.
Oh, Dark Link. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
So do Dark Link, but don't worry about the chest?
It's River Chest.
Okay. What is this grumpy version of the Keaton mask?
Is that supposed to be the skull mask? I would have loved to hear Ksinjah's questions during all this.
Oh, is that supposed to be the frogs?
Is that supposed to be Darunia? Maybe that's Darunia. Yeah, Dad is angry until you play him his favorite song.
I think that's supposed to be frogs.
Oh no, Waters are Shadow Medallion.
Oh no.
I called it too.
Sucks.
I called it. I'm like, why would you get a long shot? If you did it, unless for spirit key logic, or if you had to beat Water Temple. So he's probably so boss key is on River Chest.
You also need the skull.
Yep. Oh, that's great.
And then afterwards, it looks like we're heading to Ganon's castle, where our last piece is.
I'll do 2 more.
So I'm assuming that the skull here is either the skull or the chest is going to be one of the heart pieces.
Mm-hmm. Alright, fair enough. That's fair. This is the 3rd boss key on River Chest Sweet. Wasn't that on the, one, oh, I don't want to spoil it. There was a, I actually don't know. There was a bracket match earlier today. It was a star seed, and I believe it was 80 for Song of Time for the boss key in River. So apparently the randomizer is just enjoying. I won't say what match it was. It was just a match today. And there was another one according to Tobias. I don't even know who won the match, so. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do this with hovers. I forgot you could do that in a little strat right
Yeah,
there.
that was a neat little trick. I don't think I've ever seen that.
The last 2 are, one of them's in light trial. Come on, it would be perfect to end it like that. Although we don't know where strength 3 is. Maybe strength 3's on the skull.
God, if strength 3 is on the skull, that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah, so much 19 heart dark link.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Ugh.
For those of you who don't know, Dark Link's health scales with yours.
You know, they could have just come here earlier.
You could have come here as soon as you got your iron boots and your long shot.
Just to make Dark Link suck a little less.
Big stabby definitely helps there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, could you imagine doing that with just Master Sword?
God, I got chill down my back.
So did I. I'm like,
And here we go, Frogs 2 for the second time for anyone who missed it the first time round.
Yeah, we just don't get to hear the song. So. Yeah, River School's either a piece of heart or I'm betting it's strength 3 for something in Light Trial. No, it's the boss key! Wait, what's in River Chest? Ooh.
Is a river chest a heart piece?
Nah, I'm betting on strength 3.
If it's strength 3.
Nope, just a heart piece. Alright. There goes my dreams.
Alright, last heart piece is officially hiding inside of Ganon's castle.
Yeah, the one heart piece in Ganon's castle. Oh, wait, no, Mr. Mario's drawing something else. Oh, is it in Spirit Trial? From what it looked like, okay, what is, oh, what the hell's he drawing something else here? Oh,
Go big!
Go big!
Go big!
Go big or go home! I've only gotten a quick kill on Morpho once. It was last week, and it was only with hook shot because I had Boss Shuffle on. But nice quick kill.
Alright, where is this last heart piece hiding at, Mr. Mario? Tell us your secrets.
Oh, Shadow Trial? Which one? Which one?
Please be Cubs on drugs. Please be Cubs on drugs.
Yes!
Please, please, please. Which one is it?
Which one is it?
Come on, just give me that check mark.
Please. He's not gonna tell us, is he?
He's gonna make us guess.
He's gonna keep us in suspense. What is what the hell's drawing? Maybe you need both. No!
Disappoint.
Disappointment. Ice Cavern? Maybe that is Ice Cavern.
That is Ice Keys.
Ice Keys. Squiggly lines with blue on them means Ice Keys. What is that?
What
is that? Is that? Huh? What?
Someone get the Cubs on drugs clip for Benji, please.
I don't actually know. Yeah, I don't have it.
Yeah, I never have it saved either. But Dastar's on it. Thanks, Dastar.
Yeah, I was about to say it might be in Star's Discord. The Star's Discord has a channel all for her random clips she has. Ah, yes, there it is. Cubs, are you on drugs? Did someone get it, or do I need to get it? Because I got it right here.
Tobias said get it.
Alright, hold on. There we go. Cubs, are you on drugs? 10 out of 10 clip.
Yeah, that... Because wasn't it something like... Fire...
You had to
like...
do chickens to get fire arrows or something like that.
Right! In order to get Shadow 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
You cannot be mad at that URL either, yes. 20 hearts, let's go!
Woo! Yep, we're gonna see a finish here in, what, 10 minutes? Tops? Less than that? Less than that.
And so far, no one has finished in the race room. So,
It's looking good for Oven.
could be a snipe though, so. I'd like to point out that clip episode has over 1,000 views, by the way.
It's probably the most linked. Oh yeah, this was iconic.
I don't think I've seen this one. Oh. That is a great clip.
I had to lean away from the mic when that happened because I knew I was yelling.
That's great. Did Hell Knight roll that scene?
Oh yeah, it was a great race. And the entire time Hell Knight was talking about running away to South America, so it just made the joke even funnier.
That's great. You wouldn't have been safe there. We have Zooter runners in South America. Hell Knight.
More than anything, it was the bad internet connection in South America that dissuaded him.
Alright, folks. It's time for Ganon. Dwarf. Ganondorf. Not Ganon. Ganondorf.
Not time for bacon yet.
Not time for bacon yet. You do know there is a Rando Brazil channel. Hell Knight.
Those are truths, Hell Knight.
That is
But
true.
you'd be farther away from 90% of the Zooter community.
Alright, yeah, Nocturne and Ice. What the hell's confirming that?
There wasn't a single heart piece in Ice Cavern. It was literally just for the song.
Yep. Let's think of all the dungeons we got to skip today. Actually, I don't think we got to skip any.
No, we had to dip into all of them.
Yep, even GTG was what I'm saying.
This was truly an all dungeons Frog 2 seed.
Well, we didn't have to do Hyrule Fields.
Yes, we didn't.
Did we have to do Child Lake? Or did we have to do Lake?
We didn't have to do Gerudo Valley, did we?
No. I know we went to Lake to set Scarecrow song, I think.
Yeah, I don't think there were any in Lake. Fire was for Ruda's letter and some...
And Din's and Ironwood.
Yeah. Fire was loaded.
Deku Tree has some stuff in it too. Alright, here's Ganon. Yep.
Let's get some bacon.
Well, I might actually make bacon in the morning for breakfast. I might go make me some bacon after this match. I don't care that it's almost 11 o'clock at night. I'll go make bacon.
Do it. Just treat yourself before bed.
I'm probably not gonna go to bed for a couple hours. But I think the bacon I have in my freezer is hickory smoke, actually.
That's like the best bacon, in my opinion.
Or maybe it's applewood.
Ooh, apple is very good.
Let's go. That's GG. So get your GGs in chat for why do they call it an oven, and I'm not going to say the rest.
And Mr. Mario is getting the GGs on the board too.
GG's. Now, so it's 2:30:17 for James. If we're going off the race time room, it is a 2:45:15. So 15 minutes on the dot. So GG's. Yeah, the race time room is 15 minutes ahead because the drawlers got to look at the spoiler log 15 minutes before the race started or whatever. Not allowed to write letters, disqualified.
What a great... That was some amazing routing on their part.
That really was amazing routing.
And now we just gotta see what the PogChmaps are gonna come in with.
Yeah. Are we doing interviews?
That's a great question. Are we doing interviews?
Are we doing interviews?
If Video James and Mr. Mario want to come join, they can totally come join us.
No, I just asked in the race room.
What the hell's?
Is that total?
What are you doing with that horse?
Hell Knight, apparently they're sitting in voice. Waiting to be pulled in. Both of them. GG,
Hey,
guys.
GG's.
Yo, GG's.
Very cool. Very fun.
Yeah, what did you all think of this race and like these settings?
It's great. It's certainly like there were certain things that like you usually never get to see. Like, how often do you play a scene where Frogs 2 and Skull Mask are both?
Exactly.
Frog Shoe, Skull Mask, all dungeons.
Little secret for you guys though. Frogs 2 is my favorite check in the game, so I was ecstatic to see that was one we had to do.
Yeah.
If you ever want a Frogs 2 seed, you can always just hit me up. I roll a bunch of them.
Absolutely. But yeah, the last practice race that Mario and I did was also all dungeons for ZL, so it's like, come on. What was that on here?
What are the odds?
Yeah.
We were kind of confused whether it was ZL or Nocturne, because they're both purple.
Yeah, I do pink for Zeal and purple for Nocturne.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
There was that one little bit at the beginning where I had no idea what the hell the orange song was supposed to be. I just kept circling it. And I had to pause and look, which song is the orange one? Oh yeah, Requiem exists. Other than that, no. I'm really happy to have teamed with Mario, to be honest. Like, I think we both understand what's important with this sort of thing and just staying positive. And I mean, I was yelling at myself, but that was a different story. But I understand that it's like, it is a team effort, and he's been a great partner. So
Yeah, I could say the same for Jamie. It's been awesome.
We greatly enjoyed the drawing interpretations and the huge diagrams of mapping out the whole
Those
dungeon.
were amazing diagrams.
yeah, he's a whiz. It's one of those things where like we didn't know when we know we wanted a team together, but we weren't sure which one of us wanted to draw and which one wanted to play. And I said, I'm pretty bad at drawing. And Mario said, yeah, I'm also not great at it. So let's just flip a coin. And that's how we decided it. But it really worked out really well. Like,
wow, yeah.
Wow, yeah, no, that was an incredible showing, especially with the routing and the planning ahead, and like knowing how far ahead to kind of plan without like confusing your runner. Yeah, it was delightful to watch.
I'm glad. Hey, it's not our full team name on the overlay. What gives?
I got questions about that.
Yeah, you didn't want to put it in size 5, like 5
You
point
gotta
font.
talk to Hell Knight on that one. I got no control. I wanted it.
Yeah,
I wanted it spelled out on Restream.
I proposed our team name be changed to Draw a Floppy Disk because before today it was like, it's like, hey, how do we indicate if you want to save warp? And Mr. Mario didn't know what a floppy disk looked like or how to draw one. So
Damn, outing me over here.
Called out.
But as you can see, he studied up and he learned, and his floppy disks
those
were
were
super
floppy
nice.
disks.
Those were beautiful floppy disks.
Some great floppy disks.
What else is there to talk about? Yeah, I made like a lot more errors than I'm particularly used to. Maybe part of it is just me trying to like focus on the drawings as well. Like the death and fire kind of sucked. I wasn't really paying attention to my time. A couple other things I was messing up, but I mean overall I still played decently. Ice Cavern glitchless jumps, got those pretty flawlessly, so I was happy with that.
Impressed. Yeah, I was very impressed. I cannot do crap in this game when it comes to strats.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but then I forgot what I was gonna say, so
I'm sorry.
it's alright.
I'm curious, Mr. Mario, was there anything that you were like, how the heck do I draw that?
A difficult one always is Lon Ranch. Other than like just drawing the drawbridge and pointing an arrow towards the Lon Ranch direction. I don't know, like what else would be better other than, maybe drawing an orange note for go to opponent's location. But that could be Requiem, so.
What the hell's had the amazing drawing of drawing Malin? Just drew a face with orange hair and you're like, oh my, it was great.
That's amazing.
We were all laughing at that one.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, we kind of had the
there you go. We just did it again. We just did it again.
We're petitioning for this to be an emote.
Oh my god.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I assume if you really want to like try hard and take this seriously, just be sweaty gamers, you can come up with like shorthands for a lot of things like that and just coordinate with your teammate. But I think we just found it better to just kind of go as we went, and just it was pretty easy enough to interpret the drawings, so that worked out well enough for us.
Yeah, I try not to be too in-depth with my drawings, be kind of minimalistic to know, like, if I have to redraw it, I can and don't have to spend a bunch of time on it.
Yeah, like
I guess one thing that was kind of difficult to draw was topmost in Spirit, because Jamie first thought it was a sunblock room.
Yeah.
So I had to redraw that one, say, oh, climb.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
luckily I was able to figure out most of what he was drawing. Like even little stuff that really helps, like just drawing like a skull, just literally like a yellow circle with 4 lions, and then that helps me like contextualize where he's referring to, and I can just figure out based on that.
You
by the way,
in suspense. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was extremely pissed that it was 20 skulls, because I didn't realize that 10 and 20 skulls were an option until today. So I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? So we have to find 20 skulls now?
No, towards the end, when you drew that the last heart piece was in Shadow Trial, you didn't put a check mark by which chest for a while.
Yeah,
so we were
I did
really
that on
hoping
purpose.
it was. We were hoping it was the second one, and then we're just sitting here like, come on, we're like, he's doing this on purpose.
It's like, tell us.
I wanted to wait until Jamie like opened the door to Shadow Trial, but I wasn't that mean.
I was like, no, I was having that moment too. It's like, it's gonna be fucking it's gonna be the second chest, clearly. But no, it was fine.
I was actually a heart piece short at the end there when you said you needed like I don't know 4 more heart pieces, but then I realized we actually didn't go back for the one in DC because I was holding off until long shot, so that worked out nicely.
Yeah. Certainly much worse places to put off and forget, but
100%.
yeah. What is this? Is this a key door?
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out as well. What the Hells has also been very minimalistic. Very, very minimalistic.
Very.
Well, from what I've seen so far, it looks like his style is more doing things one at a time, which I
Yeah.
think is honestly fine and probably good. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to do it.
I mean, the whole reason I draw like maybe 6 checks in advance is so that I can actually go in the spoiler log and think of what we're doing next.
Yeah, yeah.
Because 15 minutes is not enough time to route out the entire route in one go,
You know, they
which
got
is
to
a good
fire
thing.
temple.
So.
They got to fire temple. What the hell's literally just drew Rudo's letter, iron boots and dins, and then put the little fire of the bolero red to it, and just left it at that the whole time. It
It was just like whenever you
like,
find,
find
these
these
three
things.
you're done.
Oh,
It's the
that's
same thing
awesome.
with Forest. All of Forest was just a picture of Meg.
Of
Just
course.
get through Meg.
Yeah, of course. I'm like, I know it's what the
Awesome.
hells, but like, you can draw something more than just Meg.
Oh man.
Oh, we have someone finished in second place. Who finished in second?
Which team?
I think it was Brusler's team. I think Brusler's partner is like an actual artist, so that checks out that they finished pretty high. Yeah, just looking at their stream, looking at the drawings, that's very clearly like someone who knows what they're doing with drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of similar to Mario's style with just drawing out like routes, whole routes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure what that's supposed to be. Is that supposed to be the
Why are there so many arrows?
Yeah,
It's
for
a
the
lot of
longest
arrows.
time we were trying to figure out what the shadow medallion was. And chat was all pretty convinced it was Shadow, and I'm sitting here thinking, why would you get long shot for Shadow? I just kept bagging like, why would you get long shot?
See, I
So
don't think
then-
there would be an opportunity where I would pass up getting a long shot just because it's convenient.
Definitely not.
Yeah, so then when he went into Shadow, everyone was like, yeah, he's gonna do it, and then he left, and I'm like, I knew it.
I knew it all along.
Well, you don't get long shot and then get iron boots, not to go do water temple. Or at least do something in water.
I mean, with these settings, you're going everywhere anyway, so.
I think the only place we didn't see was Hyrule Field. Like the checks.
Oh,
in
we got
Hyrule
the
Field.
Cow
Yeah.
Grotto.
Oh, no. Oh yeah, the Cow Grotto's a thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
in Hyrule Field.
Yep,
You just never see it there. I just never go there.
exactly.
So then we didn't do Gerudo Valley though, or did we get the skull in Gerudo Valley?
No, we didn't do anything there.
All right, so it's like the
Walked
one
through it.
place.
We did
Yeah.
barely
And-
anything in Ice Cavern too. We just got the song and dip.
Yeah, we were really surprised that there were no heart pieces or anything in Ice Cavern.
I'm sure that made T-Riz very sad.
I was more surprised there was nothing in the back of Shadow. I was fully expecting to go through the entirety of the dungeon just to get one heart piece on Bongo.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised.
I'm looking at I'm just going through other racers now and looking at the different drawing styles, just seeing. And yeah, people get pretty extravagant with it, looks like.
Mm.
See, I don't think I could do this. I just can't draw.
Sure. Looking at like Dotso, for example, all Shiro's drawings have like really cool like paintbrush strokes and stuff.
Well, it's Shiro.
Oh my gosh! That's
Yeah.
delightful.
Shiro draws so much.
Yeah, of course. And I think that's it's certainly something where if you have an artistic background, then you're definitely at an advantage, at least for being able to draw stuff quickly, like doodle stuff. And
Is that another
the
cow? It's another cow.
is that
That is a cow.
dude? Mario's cows are so cute.
I
Cool.
know.
I think the cows were the worst ones of my drawings. I just don't know how to. But it
Yeah.
is what it
Oh,
is.
how did you feel about 19 Heart Dark Link?
I was literally counting aloud how many
You
hits I
don't,
had to
Mr.
do.
Mario. You don't think you could have routed in Dark Link a little
Oh.
sooner?
Oh, I definitely could have. I just did not think of it at all.
Okay, so right at the end of the race, Mario asked me, "Did you think getting bigger on sword was a time save or not?" And now that I'm
Oh,
reminded
yeah.
that I had to do Dark Link with 19 hearts,
Oh.
yes, bigger on sword absolutely saved time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that was that was nasty. We were expecting to be here way longer than we actually were for the Dark Link fight.
I mean, it's 10 hits with bigger on sword, so it's not that bad, but yeah.
It seems pretty fast.
Once you get the first hit on him, you just have to hold left, and then you're good.
I don't know how to do that strat. I only know how to do the nut strat on Dark Link, so seeing it's always pretty cool for me.
I think that's everything I had to say about this. This was a lot of fun. Again, really enjoyed teaming with Mario.
Yeah, thanks for putting this on. Hope to see more spoiler log races. Pictionary in the future.
You must thank Fennel for this glorious seed.
Yes. Thank you, Fennel.
And for
Maybe
I
next time.
believe he also
ADZL
wrote
frogs
the
too.
I believe he wrote the or they wrote the code for the 20 heart boss key.
Yeah,
Very
what was
cool.
that at the end? You were like, "Wait, get boss key." I'm like, "No, you drew like a boss key and 2 exclamation marks."
I drew a boss.
Is
That was
what
just
that
like,
was?
yeah, we're
I'm trying to
done.
figure out what that is.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if you were like being like, "Wait, you need to go to Temple of Time for boss key."
No. I was just like excited we're done.
Excited.
According to oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah, you can go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, according to TJ, they are taking suggestions for the next settings.
Oh, 30
Uh,
hearts.
Pot sanity is being thrown around already.
Pot sanity, oh god.
Good luck
Just
figuring
throw
out which pot
Bonko.
is which.
Yeah.
Bonko in too while we're at it.
Oh my god. Create sanity with Master Quest Water. How about that?
Oh my god, doesn't add like 400 check.
It's like a
mixed pools.
yeah.
Oski on having all the clothes.
That's like the first thing that comes to mind. It would actually make having all the tunics useful.
I tried to set my Kakiri tunic to be the color of like Shrek green, but it just kind of came out looking like a weird, funky yellow color. So
Yeah, I have a hard time getting certain colors to come up right.
okay, game was made 24 years ago. What are you gonna do?
Don't remind me. This game was made 24 years ago.
It's a long time.
It's just a reminder of how I am younger than this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel old right now.
Sorry.
Old man over here.
I'm not that much younger than it. Don't worry.
I'm not that much older than it, but still.
We're gonna ask Fennel if boss key fashion percent is possible.
Oh, heck yeah. That'd be so fun.
Nice.
And then some other stuff to make it extra nasty, you know.
Yeah, you can't have like a 30-minute seed, right?
That's true.
Yeah, like
easy.
turn 30, 40, 50 skulls back on.
Turn
Yeah.
on pot sanity, Bonko, and mixed pools, and then just do tunic fashion for the boss key. There we go. That will take a
Oh
while.
god, Bonko.
Suddenly, what the hell is this gonna be running again?
We'll swap positions.
Yeah, if we get Bonko in, Bear will come play.
That's gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks again for the
All
restream.
right.
This was fun.
Yeah, same
Yeah. Have a wonderful day, both of you, and GG's again on the first place finish. Take the bragging rights.
GG's.
See ya.
All right, we can focus back on these beautiful drawings of what the hell.
Yeah, just absolutely stunning.
Is that the mirror shield?
That is the mirror shield.
Oh my god.
So it's like, okay, go do something with the mirror shield.
There's something with the mirror shield. What with the mirror shield? We don't know. I don't know what that gray squiggly line is.
Crack in the wall.
Hmm.
Go
Go to
bomb the
mirror?
crack.
Someone's saying it's the mirror shield location. Go to the mirror shield. I don't remember what was in Spirit that much, actually. Seems like forever ago, honestly.
Yeah, it was eons. But now the PogChmaps are like, I'm trying to remember because they need to stop into Shadow and go do water. I think they're about 20 minutes out.
Yeah. Have we had any more finishers? Nope, just the two. Just the two. I'm sure someone in chat will let us know if the third person finishes. Ksinjah, a little, yeah, there we go. A little higher. A little higher. Get it.
Just a little, just a little.
Whatever you do, just don't use dins at the top of Spirit.
Oh God, that's how I know I
I-
talk about this every time someone brings that up, but that is how we got
I
Quad
was
Forest.
tracking that night.
Oh, remember how insane that was?
Oh, it was, yeah, I actually looked it up who I was tracking with. I was tracking with T, because I remember it was double tracking. I just don't remember who. Oh, Lord.
I just
It's the reason I get nightmares every time I walk into Forest Temple now.
yeah, I don't usually remember seeds that I calm that well, but I remember that.
I remember that because I think it was also on a night where I actually had to get to bed at a reasonable time, and that seed was pretty late.
And it was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And Mick Brusler coming in. GG's, by the way. Coming in second place.
GG's, welcome to the party.
PogChmaps only needing 2 more hearts and a water temple. Arrows pointing towards the mirror shields.
Go to the mirror shield chest.
Where even is the mirror shield, Vanilla? Like I said, I've never played this game, Vanilla. Where is the mirror shield in Vanilla?
I'm not gonna guess because I will mess
On
it
the
up.
hand? Like the hand inside or on the hand outside?
I think it's the hand outside.
Strength 2 is child hand, mirror shield is adult hand. Okay. I knew strength 2 was on the child hand. It's so quiet. But Ksinjah's talking, so I don't have any clean audio. You just gotta make noises in your head. I can hear it in my head though.
Yeah, so going back Bolero, and now what? What the hell's? Ah, now we get to play Nocturne.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I go into Shadow. They're pretty much, yeah, and they're coming up on the end here.
Yeah, it
There's a
is
little person.
really it is really nice that they do not have to go deep into Shadow.
So while we're waiting here, I'd like any more ideas, chat? You know, any more suggestions? I got a couple.
Yeah, everyone should like drop in like what do you want to see from a Pictionary race?
Sly has finished in 3rd place with a time of 3:08:13, minus 15 minutes, obviously.
GG Sly.
I need to pull up the list of the thing. The thing. I need to pull up the thing.
The teams?
Yes, the team.
Yep, that was Team Linktionary, which is Sly Ride and Neil.
All right, here we go. I got it pulled up now. We're good.
All right.
And Team Mick with Brusler was Baby Dodongo. So Baby Dodongo coming in second. All right, it's everyone's. I was gonna say it's everyone's favorite temple. It's everyone's favorite Go Modable temple.
We love Go Mode Shadow. I love Shadow in general. I think Shadow is one of the best dungeons.
I like Shadow. I actually like the music in Shadow. I know everyone's gonna give me weird looks for that, but I like the music in Shadow. I don't know why, I just do.
It's good. It's ambient.
It's very fitting. Same thing with the Fire Temple music. The original Fire Temple music. I don't know if I've said this on. I've said it before, but I don't think I said it on comms. There is a YouTube series where a dude breaks down the music from the temples. And the 6 temples as adult and the 4 temples of Majora's Mask. He breaks them down and how they're structured and stuff, so.
Oh, that's delightful.
It is. So it's really interesting to look at some of them. Like the one noise in Forest Temple, I think is called the Glass Harmonica or something like that.
That's a pretty metal instrument name or sound name.
Something, I think it's called a Glass Harmonica. So it's really interesting to watch, and I think I've watched it a couple times because I always come back and rewatch it. Like how you have the constant bongo beating in the back in Shadow.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I really like the original music for all of the Zeldas, but especially Ocarina of Time.
My favorite song, and pretty much all of Zelda, it's tied between Cass's theme and Dragon Roost.
I have a soft spot for the Song of Healing from Majora's Mask. I've just always been really fond of that one.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's pretty good too. There's some good songs in Zelda. Midna's Lament was my alarm to get up for work for the longest time now. So I have issues every time I hear it now. I'm like, ugh.
Time to get up.
Yeah, so I'm like, ooh. I'm most certainly sure Cubs has seen the clip for Cubs on Drugs.
I hope so.
If he has not, he is surely missing out.
All right, wonderful box. What the hells? We're off to a good start.
It's a box. That's not actually a box though, because it's got a small loop.
But he's really emphatic about the box.
Go to this box.
Get in the box, Link.
Get in the box. What? Oh, there's another. Is it a boat? It looks like a boat.
It could even be a boat.
It could be a boat. Wait, nope, never mind. Change of plans. Where are we going?
Oh, trying to draw the TARDIS.
Oh, that's right. They haven't gotten to one of the TARDIS yet. Ksinjah, please. Ksinjah can understand either.
It's like, I'm just gonna keep flashing Nocturne at you till you get it.
This is great.
That was a heart, hypothetically. You know the box. Go to the box.
Ksinjah being proactive ahead of time and beating up the Poe beforehand. Oh, see, just get rid of it, guys. It takes like 2 extra seconds. All right, we're playing Serenade.
Time to go do water.
I like. Are those the platforms?
I think
Confusion, invisible confusion.
you.
What?
Oh, 1 key on top floor, 1 key on bottom floor?
Go what?
Is that what that is? I think that's 1 key on top floor, 1 key on bottom floor. And then go fight Dark Link.
Oh Lord.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is too great. This is driving off my sleepiness. Just slowly floating up.
Just doing his thing. Nope, nope.
Nope. We are also once again going to be seeing 19 Heart Dark Link. So everyone buckle up.
Oh boy.
Even though Ksinjah has big stabby. At least I think she does.
I hope she has big stabby.
Oh Lord.
Alright, there's 1 key.
Let me see if I can find that YouTube video of the songs. Here it is. This is the Forest Temple. He's got the rest on his channel as well. I'll just put chat.
I am opening that up so that I can watch it later. A+.
Yeah. He's got, there's 10. He's got a playlist on it. And it shows that surprisingly, a lot of the music in this game is sampled. Apparently.
That doesn't entirely surprise me.
Yeah.
All right, time to go get Dark Link.
19 Heart Dark Link, let's go!
Let's go. Because we know that's what everyone wants to do.
Everybody wants to see that. Oh, look at that. Not even bothering for hovers. Hovers overrated.
That was great.
Hover boots are overrated.
So Tia's just informing us in chat that
Oh!
Ksinjah doesn't have big Goron sword.
Oh no!
Oh,
Whoa. Chat, buckle up.
buckle up, chat. I will actually be right back. I need to run and grab a drink, and then I'll probably still be Dark Link when I'm back.
Chat, so you think she's gonna use nut strats? What we thinking here? What we thinking? I haven't actually seen Ksinjah do Dark Link that often. So, definitely nuts? Okay. Do you have enough nuts for that, though? Is the question. Like, do you have enough Deku nuts to beat Dark Link with 19 hearts? Oh god, just think about if Dark Link... Think about it if Dark Link... Oh, she's only got 12! Ooh! Ooh, chat. Oh, I think she just realized she fucked up. Oh no! Oh no. Oh, Ksinjah. Some pause champs in chat. Oh, missed one, missed two, missed three. Oh, Ksinjah, please.
All right, I'm back.
Ksinjah only had 12 nuts. Oh,
How's this go?
it's not. Oh, she's down to 2.
Oh.
Oh no.
Out of nut.
Oh. Dins does hurt him, but we definitely do not have enough magic to beat him. Uh-oh, have we gotten to the point where Dark Link gets aggressive and starts actually attacking you? I think we have. I don't know if that changes anything. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god.
Yes, at least we're in no danger of dying. T was correct. We actually get to see what was in this chest because James skipped it. He's just a key. Oh, and while that happened, Zopar has finished with a time of 3:21:56.
Hey. GG's to team
Pots and Bonks. Pots and Bonks. Which is
Amazing.
Zopar and T-Riz. So GG's. Tobias, I beat you to it. Alright, getting that water boss key. Yeah, get their second to last. I believe this should be their second to last art piece, unless they missed one.
Yep, this should be second to last, and then they just have to get the one in Gan's castle.
Who has a clear opinion on, or are they talking in the race room? Oh no. Who has a clear opinion on what the next setting should be? Hey, Alexander, reading with a party of 2. Welcome.
Welcome to the party. We are watching the PogChmaps wrap up this Pictionary race.
Oh yes. I'm not going to tell you what I thought he was drawing there. Maybe it's just because I'm tired.
Oh, yep. The heart is located right between the two orbs.
What the hell? I don't know if it's because I'm tired, but
what the hell's what are you doing?
Part of me thinks he did that on purpose, and part of me thinks he just did it by pure coincidence. Alright, Ksinjah getting the nice door quick kill too. And the quick grab, yes, quick grab. Very clean, very smooth. 10 out of 10. Better than me. I can hear the sound effect in my head of the water being lifted
Oh
up.
yeah, it's
Oh. Alrighty. So we're off. They're off to Ganon's.
Yep, we are almost done with this Pictionary race. And as we're sort of wrapping up, just one more last shout out to our wonderful runners, Ksinjah and Vidya James, and also our drawers, What the Hell's a Mr. Mario. And shout out to our trackers, Tobias and Baseball, for keeping us informed, because God knows we are not on top of it.
I'm pretty sure chat kept us informed more than the trackers did this raid.
Well, the trackers did at least get the note sheet going. Tobias has opinions about this.
Hey, I'm a tracker. I'm allowed to comment. I'm allowed to make comments on how you track. I'm turning into TJ over here. You miss one item, TJ will be breathing down your neck. Why didn't you track this item?
What the hell? Why are there these orbs? What do you want? Give your poor runner some direction.
What?
I just don't.
I don't know either. Oh, they haven't gotten 20 skulls yet.
Oh no.
What the hell's read that wrong?
Those are the orbs.
Oh! Oh, I just saw that when you picked up the skull till the token, it only said 4. I'm like, ooh, when it said 14, I'm like, ooh.
Oh no.
No, they're not going to end with the winter heart piece because they still have to go back to Ganon's castle to get the last one. That feels bad, man.
Luckily, Ksinjah's been collecting Skulltulas.
They only need 4, or they only need 6. They're at 14.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll just pretend the winter heart piece is the last one.
It's the last one outside of go mode.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think she's done nighttime night skulls.
No, I don't think she has.
So this will definitely get her the skull she needs.
Which might be why What the Hell's waited to get this skull last. Or
Yeah.
second to last.
Oh, getting that broken stick. Even though you have Kokiri sword. Sure.
All right, 4 more.
Ooh. It's getting spicy in here. 3.
3.
2.
2.
A bonk.
Bonk.
Ksinjah is known for her bonks. 1 more.
1.
1 more.
Let's just wrap it up.
Let's go. Boom.
And there it is. 20 skulls.
Done and done. Now I just gotta go to Ganon's castle. And
I love
the
that.
stream freezes. That might be Ksinjah's internet. Her internet does that. It cannot be as bad as the race last night. She was her stream died, I think, literally right before she was about to kill Ganon.
Oh no. What a
It
bummer.
came back. It came back though. Oh, Ksinjah. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Why did it happen? That's 2 nights in a row. Ksinjah's internet
No.
needs to get with it.
Yeah, Ksinjah's internet needs to get good.
Well, What the Hell's is still drawing, so obviously she's still going.
Yeah, so we can. Oh,
What is that? What is the Rainbow Bridge?
they
No,
weren't even in the right order.
done.
Oh my god.
The bridge is so bad. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, there we go. We got her back.
Yay!
Let's go. Pulling the sword. We missed the winter heart piece though. It's the Rainbow Bridge bus seat edition. They do look like bus seats, actually, kinda. Is that Shadow Trial? You couldn't just draw a circle and color it in purple. Why do you have to draw the line? This is so bad.
Okay.
And Huff Puff coming in 5th. That is team
No idea with Fennel.
with Fennel, the mad person, madman, mad person came up with this. So GG's to them. All right, coming up, back walking. I am the living definition of Babega. Apparently, they forgot Darunia.
Oh no.
So. All right. And there is the last heart piece.
And it's time to go get some bacon. How's what the hell's gonna steer Ksinjah this time?
Oh, he's just gonna draw the hiker.
Oh.
Come on, what the hell's... I know you want to draw the other one, too. Oh, he's added a hat this time.
Oh, that is...
Is he gonna draw it? Is he gonna... Yes! Yes! Dodonger. I don't know why it's called Dodonger. Oh, no. Oh, he's drawing it better. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, giving the people what they want. This is the reason we put them on restream.
I was about to say...
No, stop erasing it!
No, what is he standing?
Is he listening to the restream? There's nothing against the rules, I guess.
Wait.
What? Is that Malin? What? Is that Zelda? I wonder if that's Zelda.
It could be Ganondorf.
Fennel, you definitely need to rewatch this.
Fennel, this was so much. This was incredible.
Yeah, thank you for the scene. I am so confused. It's either Zelda or Ganondorf, one of the two.
And it looks like that might be the last drawing we get from What the Hells.
No.
This is wow. I am truly like winded. We have gone through all of the emotions in the course of this seed. There's been laughter, there's been tears.
I had the hiccups for a good couple of minutes too.
Yeah.
From laughing too much.
Oh my gosh, Fennel, this is beautiful.
Oh, what is this? Oh, Fennel, that is gorgeous.
All right.
Is that song what I think it is? That he put in that picture? Or is it just a random song? It's the Frogs 2 song. Okay. I had a feeling it was. I don't have it memorized, but I kind of know what it looks like. All right, let's go. She's been
Let's go.
practicing.
One cycle. One cycle.
She's been practicing it. 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nope. Missed one shot on him.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought it was 8 with Master Sword.
Ooh, possibly.
Oh well. She'll get it this time. Oh, it was more. But still, 2 cycle. Pretty good.
Yeah. And now we just have to take out Ganon.
Apparently, Fennel discovered today that they do not know how to draw a frog.
It's okay. What the hell's also... What the hell's frog was one of my favorite moments.
I think the last time I drew a frog was my mom was really into frogs. You know, when you're younger and you always want to make home-drawn birthday cards for your parents.
Yeah.
I used to scribble frogs all over her birthday cards on a green piece of paper and give it to her and say happy birthday.
Aw.
But that was forever ago. I won't say how long ago, but
You just gotta tap into your inner frog.
yeah. All right, chat. It's time for some bacon. Your second helping of bacon today.
Yep, get ready. We're gonna have those GGs here super soon.
Oh, Fennel. Yeah, that sucks. Huffbuff forgot Daruni and ended up standing in Shadow Trial with 19.75 hearts. Oof. Alright, that's stage 1 down.
Alright, time for stage 2.
Time to whack 'em some more. Interesting fact I found today. You can actually stun Ganon by shooting him with the light arrows.
Oh, yeah, I think I remember that from like the original game.
I was watching someone do a RSL related async. I won't say which one, but it was quad damage. So is that the vanilla? Is that seriously what you're supposed to do in the vanilla game?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right, chat, get your GGs in. Ksinjah and them coming in with a time of 3:24. I don't get the seconds. What is it in the race time room? 3:39:05 in the race room. So just take off 15 minutes. GGs.
GGs. Wow, that was quite the race. GGs.
Mm-hmm. some what the hell's this glorious drawings. Best drawings were drawn today. And Dotso coming in. Woo, that's a snipe. A snipe of 340 on the dot. Ksinjah at least Ksinjah will be coming in for a interview. I don't know about what the hell's. That's Dotso and Shiro in Shatso. Shatso is their team name. Getting sniped.
Yeah, I think that means that there are 3 teams left in it.
Yes. There are 3 teams left. Alright, what the hell's this chilling down in the interview area? I can't drag him in. It won't let me drag him in. Probably because I just have to tracker roll.
Hold on just a second. Oh, someone else did it. Hey, GG's, what the hell's?
Hello, thanks. Oh, there's
And
Ksinjah.
GG's, Ksinjah.
Oh, thank you.
Wow, so what did you think of that seed?
Funny, for sure. Ocarina of Time, just randomly. Why not Frogs 2? Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, let's just do all of the checks.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a single area we didn't see a check from.
Yeah, the only foolish areas were like, Valley was foolish, which is funny.
Oh yeah, we didn't see Valley. That was
And then there was like OGC, Hyrule Castle, and Wasteland. I think that's it.
Yeah. But I still
No.
was surprised how much we still could skip, to be honest. Like a lot of stuff in dungeons. So
Yeah, Shadow was super short.
yeah,
Mhm.
that was pretty.
That was
cool.
nice. No trials, no strength 3. Oh yeah, I was happy there was a strength on cows because we did get scarecrows. I realized afterwards, like, oh shit, we didn't get scarecrows, and the other strength was on top of the lab.
Oh,
Ah,
really?
okay.
Yeah, so like, oh, because we went to Lake early from Domain, but they didn't get scarecrows. So I was like, oh, how am I gonna
Yeah, we
make
didn't
her
see
go
strength.
all the way back? But yeah, it was just top of the lab.
Nice.
Cool.
So, any you wanna make any comments about your drawing? What the hell?
They're
all here.
amazing.
We all over here were dying laughing.
Did you have
Over
fun?
them.
Nice.
We had lots
It
of
was
fun.
delightful.
Awesome.
That picture of Malin will be coming. Will hopefully be coming in emote.
We
It's
are
so
we are
funny.
furiously begging for it because that Malin was perfect.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing.
red hair?
I think it's better when I draw less. Like, because the more I draw, the more I'm gonna confuse Ksinjah. So, like, if I could keep it very minimal, like just mostly use colors, it's like that's it. That's all I need to do.
There were a couple times that you would like draw multiple arrows to something, and it was
Yeah.
like, it's like what's happening here?
Yeah, the classic, like, just draw more arrows and then they'll understand.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, sometimes I looked at the gameplay and I didn't see that he was drawing something, so he tried to make sure that I'm looking at the drawing again. But yeah.
My
worked.
favorite one was in Fire. You just drew the 3 items and then left it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, thank you. That's not really helping me, but okay.
I actually wanted to ask, what the hell's, what was probably like the thing where you were like, how the heck am I going to draw this?
The shops at the beginning, because there were so many things. I didn't know how to draw, because I was like, we can't draw a $sign or something. I was like, no way, because that would have been too easy. And then the Zora's Domain shop, because I know she checked early, but I think maybe that's easy to forget. There's a heart piece you have to buy. So I was like, how am I gonna draw the domain shop on the way to Jabu? Like, I had to figure out a way to draw it before Jabu. She was swimming to Jabu. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? So I drew the sign and the opening, and somehow she figured it out.
Yeah, the sign was really helpful, actually. I was like, that looks like a sign. Is that KZ? But I'm child. Oh, maybe it's the shop.
Oh yeah, did
Yeah.
you guys see Baronade that I tried to?
Oh my god, I was like,
That was no way,
We thought-
Baronade.
We thought it was a volcano.
Yeah,
volcano, right? I was like, no
we
in
thought
hell.
it was the volcano, and then someone in chat, once you started adding the other colors, were like, oh!
That's what that is.
yeah. So many things.
she
I think I
wasn't
know what they
fat.
look like, and then I start drawing. I'm like, I have no idea how to draw this.
You want to
It's
talk about
like,
your rainbow
what
bridge at the
color is
end.
it? What shape is Yeah, the rainbow.
Like, oh, we
Did the
drawn
rainbow
line.
bridge and
like, we
weren't
drawn the
really
line.
doing the colors in order.
Yeah, I just drew random colors, so I thought, yeah, that's gonna
Oh,
work.
we
And
also
then,
want to talk
I mean,
about
that worked for sure.
why did you just draw the shadow medallion? Why did you draw just a purple line?
oh, that was for Shadow Trial.
Yeah, why did you just draw the circle and color it in purple?
Circles are harder.
That's a fair
My
point.
favorite.
That's a point.
My favorite was at the end to indicate 20 skulls, just drawing 2 big gold circles.
Yeah.
Well, no, he drew 2 circles and then put a heart right in the middle of them. And my mind went to the gutter.
I mean, to be fair, we said, okay, golden circles are skulls. That was like the only thing we talked about before.
Yeah, that was our prep. That was the only
that
prep
was
we had.
basically the only thing we did. But yeah, I can imagine why it looked weird. It was great. Yeah.
You should have
was a
seen the
lot of
chat when the dongers came on the screen.
The fan favorite.
The fan favorite.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy it was required. I was like, let's go.
Some people at first, obviously thought it was a dog. They swiftly got banned.
Oh my god,
Hey,
the Wolfos grotto was
Oh, the
amazing
Wolfos,
as
yeah.
well.
The Wolfos grotto!
I thought they were cows.
I somehow knew what you were going for, and I have no idea how I knew what you were going for.
That's my talent.
Because you had that big broccoli there. And then the hole, and then these 2 dogs, and it's like, oh, this has to be the Wolfos grotto. And
Yeah,
everyone's like, we don't think it's the Wolfos grotto. And it's like, no, it's the Wolfos grotto. Trust me on this.
Those were some nice cows too.
Yeah, the cows
Oh,
are
yeah.
pretty good, right?
Yeah, the cows are pretty good.
Yeah.
As a Dark Link.
Oh, Dark
Oh,
Link
yeah.
was mwah.
Ksinjah,
Yeah.
how did you feel about 19 Heart Dark Link?
Yeah, I
Without
didn't even
Big
think
Goron
about that
sword.
when I entered like I played ZL to raise the water level, and then I was like, wait a minute. Do I really have to do Darkling with 19 hearts? And I'm like, what the else could we have done that a bit earlier?
Yeah, Mr. Mario and James did the same thing, but they had gotten Big Goron sword, which I believe was in fire.
It was in the
Ah,
well.
okay.
Oh, was it in the well?
Yeah, but you
Uh-oh.
needed a key and you needed to go do a Skulltula
Oh, okay.
in the middle, and I thought,
Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, in my opinion, the Darkling fight was way faster than I expected it to be. I mean,
We were all
was-
monka-essing when we opened your video and saw you only had 12 nuts. We're like, oh!
yeah, I was like, oh shit. But yeah, it was way, way faster than I thought it would be. I thought it would be way more brutal, so I'm okay with that.
Looks like almost everybody in the race did Dark Link with 19 hearts. So,
I mean,
yeah, I
it
guess we
makes
couldn't do it that
sense.
much earlier because with
Yeah.
no ZL.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it didn't log any progression or something, so it made sense that we do it in the end.
I'm just happy y'all did not win, because if you did, I probably would end up having to wash someone's dishes again.
What does that mean again? You didn't do it at all yet?
I'm working on it.
See,
Not like I
teacher?
can come to Canada and wash one of those dishes anymore.
I mean,
why
yes,
not?
Sure.
Ksinjah, it's easy. I just get on a train and go.
See?
I gotta get on a plane.
I think those are valid options, both of them.
I am the one promising it all the time, but still.
It was super fun. I'm glad I joined. I missed the
Yeah.
last one. I only played the first one and this one now. But yeah, it was super fun. I haven't
Oh,
played
yeah,
one
the-
yet. I drew both times.
Do you have
The
any
Keaton
suggestions?
mask was amazing.
Oh
also.
yes, the Keaton mask.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, the Keaton mask.
Any suggestions for the next one? We were thinking pot sanity with Bonko.
Ooh, now you're talking my
Ooh.
language. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But the win condition is fashion percent, so you gotta get all the tunics
And the
Ooh.
boots.
and the boots.
Okay.
Huh.
Bosky. If that's an option you can program in.
What about ER? You think ER would work in this, or that would be too
Oh
complicated?
god.
I think as long as it's
We
not.
we did dungeon ER last time.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did
yeah.
dungeon,
Oh, we
yeah.
did do dungeon ER.
Could do like indoors
Yeah.
ER.
Just do mixed pools.
Just mix pools. Screw it.
I
Screw it.
think as long as not overworld ER, it could work, but oh boy.
Yeah, I could do
according to-
indoors and everything. Indoors, grottos, and dungeons mixed together. We could do that.
According to Fennel, it is possible, probably for fashion percent.
Ooh.
Nice.
That would be exciting.
We were also talking about doing a multi-world Pictionary, right?
Oh my god.
Shit, oh my god. So that would probably just be a community thing then and not a race, right? Because I mean
Yeah,
it
that
had
would
to
probably
be
just
like,
be like a bunch of us get in the Discord and just play.
yeah. Maybe 5 runners and 5 pilots or something, and each
Yeah.
runner has a pilot or something. But I mean that's an idea, sure.
But yes, apparently they're taking suggestions for the next one. So
Yeah. Yeah, it was a
RSL
lot of
Pictionary.
fun.
Ooh, RSL Pictionary would be fun.
ooh, that does sound fun.
Oh boy.
That sounds
Sounds like-
really fun, actually.
A lot of options.
It's a lot of options. Any last comments?
No, thanks for organizing, everyone. It was super fun. Thanks, Ksinjah, for teaming with the
Yeah,
blast.
thank you for teaming with me as well. The PogChmaps are back again.
I was
Yeah.
just about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, and thanks for the restream, everyone. Thank you to HK and Silver Gauntlets and all that we were able to do this.
Yeah, thank you for letting us restream you.
Yes,
No problem.
yes.
Because that was delightful.
That was the first
Yay.
thing Hell Knight asked. Who wants restreamed? And we're like, PogChmaps.
Uh-oh.
Non-negotiable.
Oh shit.
I don't think this is the way, like, to want more people to play Pictionary. They'll be like, wow. They'll just watch this and be like, what is this? What are we watching?
Well, Mr. Mario had some pretty good drawings, so
We had
Great.
both ends of the spectrum. We had minimalist and then we had super minimalist.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to watch the restream.
Yeah,
I highly
think we
recommend you
should.
watch the VOD.
Yeah, I think we should, for sure.
Lots of cackling. Lots of cackling.
Nice.
Well, all right. If there aren't any more last thoughts, HK, it looks like we're going to be raiding Berkshire. So thank you everyone for the wonderful match. It was awesome being here, and we will see you next time on the Silver Gauntlets.